you've got me back on sound. Apparently, the whole of that, everything I've said, I need to say again. Shall I start again? Let's go back to the slide. Let's go back to the slide and let's just pretend that that didn't happen. Ready? Go. Coming live, Vicky, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome to Jewellery Maker. Some might call this Groundhog Day. It's lovely to have your company. I'm Vicky and I'm going to be with you for the next 3 hours, 55 minutes if you want to be precise. We have the fantastic Bee with us today. Hello again. Actually, hello properly now with good sound. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
We had a brilliant show last night where you showed us some incredible,
fun,
and it was creatively exciting because you gave us some really nice different designs of which you're going to match again today. I know that already.
Hopefully, yeah.
She's got some fantastic ideas for you today. For those of you who don't know Bee really is one of our feature artists. As well as Jewellery Maker.
Yes.
We really do love the idea of Bee bringing together her skills as an artist, and then actually that just echoes like a ripple effect into her jewellery, and you'll see that later on in the show. We have got coming your way feature pearls. I don't know whether you might not have heard the fact that I was talking about these. Between 10 and 14 millimetre pearls. Between 10 and 14 millimetre pearls. Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary, breathtaking, and a feature offer. We just cannot keep it up with the demand for pearls at the moment, and I know you're going to look forward to having that very, very shortly. Right, that's coming up within the show. If not, I have to tell you also that we have pink amethyst to look forward to today, a strand of distinction. And how about citrine, an amazing lemon quartz coming your way. I have got also chalcopyrite. First time I've ever presented it. And I've been working with genuine gemstones for coming up to 8 years now. And this is the first time that I have been able to present chalcopyrite. If you don't know anything about it, I'll tell you lots more as we go through the show. It is gorgeous. I mean, the moment I saw it was the moment, take your breath away. The textures, the dynamic of it, it's so interesting to look at. Because we all love pyrite, but to get the chalco, it's almost a little, it's actually a derivative close to that of malachite. So if you like your colours of malachite, it has that flavouring, but with the pyrite golden flavours as well. So really exciting. All of that to look forward to, but we're going to kick off this morning with the early bird. Yes, the early bird. Take a look at where we begin. Now, a lot of our viewers, a lot of our key presenters and guest designers adore additional bonuses. And this is what this is. This is one of those bundles where it's an additional bonus that will make a big impact to your final look of your jewellery. This is a combination of some fantastic findings. From your rice beads, to your discs, to your donuts, all of these coming your way in one bundle. Now you're getting a pack of 10 and you're getting your silver finish copper beads. They're actually flash plated, which means it's almost a certain thickness, actually it's microns of thickness that you're talking about for many of the different types of plating that you can get within the jewelry industry. These are flash finished copper beads, 6 different styles. As I say, you've got your discs, your donuts, you've got your rice beads, you've also got your UFOs, you've got your lanterns, and you've got them all coming together in one offer. Now, if you are somebody who likes to add detail to your jewellery, if you like to add just a little bit of a flourish of something different, and this is definitely going to be the offer for you. This is one of those offers that really will make a difference. It's one of those offers that will stand out as a real bonus to your jewellery making. And for all of you out there who is thinking to yourself, what on earth are they going to do this morning to kickstart the morning? What can they do? The answer is we can do 10 of these feature findings for £5.95. That's the wake-up call that you want from us. Great prices, great quality, and you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Not that you'll need it, but you've got that chance to have that security of buying. See if it's right for you. If it's not, you can send it back. Your money will go back into your account. It's a no questions asked, no quibble money-back guarantee that you get from us. The number's at the bottom of the screen to dial 0800 644 655. It is a free phone number from a BT landline, and you can join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. Magnificent quality. £5.95 is all you're paying on this glorious. And B, these are the kinds of additional findings that really will have a positive influence to your jewellery.
Yeah, they are so special because just one of those on its own at the end, like at the tip of a necklace,
yes,
with very, very little else,
yes,
that's the feature that you need.
And that's
special because look at the surface on it.
It's got that lovely brush finish, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got that real glossy brush finish.
Yes.
Just adds that unique Whoa! Come back, you little
it's a live one.
Lighter. I had to think about what I was going to say there. The interesting thing about it is that we say it so often that small detail makes big impact.
Yes.
But until you actually see the results for yourself, and unless you actually do it, you know, make that simple restrand and then add on a little bit of detail.
Yes.
Then you'll see how much it transforms. I think sometimes the words mean one thing, but actually the visuals, the action is so different, isn't it?
And I think if there's anybody out there that does sell the work, I think you've only got to try this once to actually see the response that people use it as your feature display.
That's right.
And you'll see the result.
And you know, I was thinking, you know, you've just said one single drop.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking? Because I mean, whenever I'm working with Debbie, she always likes her tassels and her drops.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
maybe go 4 or 5 of these. You know,
Yes.
and of course the different shapes. So you've got that dynamic of the shape.
Of the different shapes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have that little tassel design. That would look magnificent, wouldn't it? £5.95 for all 10. £5.95. Actually, you could use them as drop earrings.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, me and you, B. We're there, aren't we? Yesterday, we're there. £5.95. You could really imagine those, actually, couldn't you? A little
just
drop
so
earring.
elegant.
Yeah.
It's all you need.
And sometimes the most simple of designs are the most effective, aren't they? Just glorious.
Absolutely.
Making the difference here at Jewellery Maker. Small differences, big impact. £5.95 is all you're paying on that offer. And as I say, you can dial or you can join us on the web with one P&P for the whole day. Once you've paid, you can add as many times as you like. It's £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. That's your standard delivery of £2.95. I mean, it's such a small amount of money to pay for what is effectively a whole day of opportunity. So just make sure that once you started buying like this, you keep watching, because I've got pearls, I have got gems of distinction coming up later on, I've got lemon quartz, I've got pink amethyst coming up, I have got that chalcopyrite coming up as well. So there's going to be loads of offers throughout the day. Really, really going to make a difference to you. Really make a difference. Congratulations if you got that. The early bird, £5.95. Now, we have lots and lots going on today in terms of our kits. We have 3 feature kits, brand new kits, never been seen before, all with sterling silver findings and all guaranteed under £30 today. Sterling silver under £30. I'm just gonna put that out there and just prepare you for it. You know what I mean? I'm just launching it there, launching it at you. That's to look forward to, but check this out. Now, this is a challenge for B. Truthfully, I think we're kind of being rather kind to you today, B. I think that we're being very, very kind, because when you see what you've got as one part of your challenge, I think in all honesty, we could just stop it there and I'm sure you would be inspired instantly. Take a look.
Can't wait.
At these.
Oh. It's the Druzy gasp.
It is the Druzy gasp. That's exactly what
it is.
It is.
Amazing.
They are absolutely exquisite. What I love about Druzy is that it always feels like you're getting a real flavour of Mother Nature. You're getting a real sense of how the crystal formation of the gemstone has evolved. You get that landscape of the rise and fall, the textures of that crystal structure just gives that organic feel. And then it feels like as it's formed, just a lovely fairy dust has gone sprinkling across. And you've got this glistening, shimmering, beautiful finish. I love the fact that you've got these colours coming through. I know we've done some lovely ones in the whites and we've done some golden and bronzes, but for me, this is taking Druzy to another opportunity to add dynamic. And I know there's been a lot of requests for these types of colours coming through for Druzy. You've got there your lovely powder pinks, and then you've got that richness of drama from the blacks, and that combination is so seductive, isn't it? It's almost like a night and day, or it's almost like the good and the bad. You know, you've got the black against the pink, you've got the man against the woman. Oh, we've gone all shivery on ourselves this morning. And it's only 15 minutes into the show. You've got a fantastic potential with the variety of sizes with this combination. You could make yourself one fantastic centerpiece, one beautiful solitaire ring with some simple wire work, or whether you're going to go for some detail to a pair of earrings. Again, use Druzy as a feature pair of earrings, and just without doubt they are going to dazzle. A little black dress and you want to keep with that seductive evening wear, well, this is the way you do it. An amazing, how about that? A pair of earrings, because you're getting two of the smaller, and then perhaps, well, they always say try and keep your jewellery into sections. They always say if you're going to go for a set, go for neckline to ear, because people take on board one section of you see. They don't normally look wholly, they normally look one section. So go neckline and ear, or go hand and wrist. So that's the set, normally hand to wrist or ear to neck. So what you're going to do here, I would suggest perhaps you're going to go earrings and a centerpiece for the neckline. That could be the potential. But then you could take the pink and you could go hand. That would look good, wouldn't it? Hand, and then a beautiful detail to the wrist. How glorious would that look? Absolutely magnificent. Right, if I told you that each one of these feature centerpieces is coming in at less than £3 each. Seriously. Are you ready for it? $14.95 for all 6. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is not to go anywhere else other than our sister channel. Go to our sister channel, Gems TV, and I can tell you categorically, if you watch us present Druzy quartz on our sister channel, you don't see prices like this. You do not see prices like this for this gemstone. This commands a serious price tag. This is a gemstone that has real integrity, and a lot of our gem lovers adore that organic landscape, that beautiful crystal formation. Absolutely magnificent look. This is your pink Druzy quartz. Now it's not the agate with the quartz, so you don't have your foundation host rock. You literally have got that feature of the quartz. That's top to bottom quartz. There's no differential on this one, so it's a real bonus to have that impact of the feature quartz all in one look. So you're getting your 14 mil and you're getting your 10 mils. You're getting 4 of the 10 mil and you're getting 2 of the 14 mil, the pink and the black. I mean, whether you're going to, I tell you what, one magnificent bracelet. Imagine just bringing together the pinks and the blacks with maybe some nice wire, you know, going with some nice like feature wire, do a bit of detail. It's going to look good, isn't it? £14.95 is all you pay. A real bonus addition. And as I say, it just reminds me, whenever I see Druzy, it just reminds me like fairy dust. It just reminds me, and my daughter's got a beautiful like a little crystal ball, and inside the crystal ball has been etched a fairy. Oh. So when the light shines through, you can see the fairy. And on an evening, she always turns it on before she goes to bed, so that she can see the fairy illuminate. And I always think that must be like the magic of a fairy, the magic of a fairy dust. You know, that's what it feels like. You've got there those gorgeous little fairy dust feelings about them. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I said I was going to do a photo. I was going to show you a photo of my daughter in her school. Oh, I did say that, didn't I? Right, I'll see if I can get round to it in one of the breaks. I'll try and send it so that we can put it on, just so you can see her in her school uniform. Oh, what a poppet she is. What a poppet. You'll laugh your back off, because she's proud as punch of herself. She's stood like that. As if to go, look at me. $14.95. She'll be off at school already now. So $14.95. I digress totally. Congratulations if you got that one. That's the first part of Bee's challenge. Just the beginning, Bee. You've got more. I know how generous we are today. We give. Right. This is one section. What are you thinking already?
I'm dying to put the pink wire with both of those.
To see how they go.
I'm sort of looking at the different arrangements. You could have them all down as one single, and then, you know, 2 earrings. And,
like a big cascade.
There's so many things. Really, you'll have to buy 2 sets. There's too many ideas. Buy one for now or one for later. Because once you start working with like this, it almost stimulates, doesn't it? Once you've got the thought and the idea and the design, you need to keep it rolling, really.
And we were talking about that yesterday, actually. You were saying sometimes you stop, and then the moment that you start is the moment that the ideas like roller coaster.
There can be a long delay while you're sort of thinking, and I doodle as well.
Yes.
While I'm sort of thinking ideas, and then eventually you're ready.
You're just good to go. Yeah. So that's your Druzy. That's just one part. And as I say, B reckons you need to have 2 of these just to make sure that you've got enough for all the ideas that will come. And we're not stopping there for B's challenge, though. And I think you're going to rather like what we've got for B, because with those gorgeous subtle pinks of the Druzy, we're adding to that with a 3-strand. I love rose quartz. I really love this gemstone. I think it's got a subtlety, but it has a freshness. It has a kunzite-esque quality to it. It has an illuminating intensity, but it has a little bit more mysticism. It has a little bit more of an internal haziness, what I like about rose quartz. Like kunzite and your morganites are very clear gemstones, and so you really get that purity, whereas I think with rose quartz you get a little bit more of an internal hazy vibe, and that works for me. That gives you that a little bit more drama. And that's what you're getting from this one strand. Your puffy coins are 12mm. You're looking at 175 carats in total. If I just give you some perspective on size on the wrist, that would make a beautiful, simple bracelet. Just so simple. And you know, if you just think about this, I mean, put it with that Druzy. Oh, that's beautiful.
Part of designing is to literally do what you've just done there. Put the beads together.
Just put them together and see how they work.
You don't have to sketch, just play with them. Yeah.
I just love it. Just love it.
Amazing.
Okay, so you've got your rose quartz, but this 3-strand pack also brings you another one of my feature stones for Jewellery Maker. In my mind, you don't get many gemstones of this caliber elsewhere for the price that we can do. For my research alone, I can sit here all day, every day and present this gemstone with absolute honesty and saying, great quality, phenomenal price tag. This smoky quartz is exquisite. I don't know how close we can get, but Tom is going to take you as close as he can on camera too, because I tell you what, nothing to hide. In fact, I want to kind of put a white backdrop if I can. Hang on. Have we got a white backdrop? Oh, we're just going to grab you one. Oh, that's all right. Matt's going to... Bless you, Bee. Thank you. Thanks, Matt. I just want to do this because we've got nothing to hide. Let me just... In terms of it's magnificent. Oh, Tom's moving right close. Right, he's moving right close. Right. Look at this. Look at this quality. Get right in, get right in. Go on, Tom, get right in. Ready? He's just getting the camera ready. Look at this. Look at that clarity. Look at the faceting. Oh my goodness me. Stop, 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 stop. Look at that faceting. Right. Do not underestimate lapidary work. Lapidary work is the cut and the faceting of a gemstone. This is top quality lapidary work. Now, if I say to you, I had the privilege to go to our workshops. I've actually seen lapidary work firsthand. I have, without any doubt, the most important thing to tell you. When you look at a strand like this, you cannot underestimate the time that has been placed into just one of these gemstones, just one of these gemstones. Take a look at the craftsmanship. Take a look at the amazing, amazing feature. Now, as you can see, every single one of these is done by hand. Now, in principle, when you start to think about a rough gemstone and its individual formation, lapidary work is not just about cutting, it's about reading the gemstone. Can you see how the lapidarist is literally looking at the stone before he looks at it? He then has to know the crystal formation. He has to understand and appreciate how the gemstone forms before he can cut it, because many gemstones have their own unique formation of crystal structure. Cut through a cleavage and you've lost the gemstone altogether. And so the simple facts are is that you have to understand the crystal formation of the gemstone before you can cut it. Once you started cutting it, you then have to keep on reading the individuality. It's like, for example, we all know, right, that on standard we all have bones in our arms and the structure of the bones. But actually everybody's arm's different based on the length of them, based on the simple facts are is that every single gemstone has its own structure. Therefore, the lapidarist has to read the stone. Look at this. Look at this. One whole strand with that craftsmanship applied to top integrity. And that's what I've got to highlight here. And I guess because I've seen it firsthand, I get really passionate when I see great quality lapidarist work. Absolutely magnificent, beautiful strand here. You're looking at 14 by 10 smoky quartz faceted rice beads. They are extraordinarily beautiful. They really are. And I have to just remind you that lapidary work can only bring out what is already there. You've got to have quality gemstone before you get the quality lapidary work. The simple facts are they can't make a miracle happen, right? If they've got poor quality gemstone, then you're only going to get what you've got. As in, for example, if you're going to make a cake, if you've got good ingredients, you're going to get a cake that rises. Right? The simple facts are is if you've got the great ingredients of quality gemstone, you're going to get great lapidary work, and then hopefully you're going to get some fantastic looking jewellery. It's all hand in hand, isn't it? You've got smoky quartz that delivers on every level here in terms of quality and in terms of aesthetic beauty. That is an absolute treat. That really is a gemstone treat for a strand. I promise you, on my perspective, and as I say, I work with gemstones day in, day out. You don't get much better than this strand when it comes to smoky quartz. This really is delivering on every level. Beautiful, beautiful collaborative combination. The rose quartz with the smoky quartz. That really just adds more texture as well. And adding just a final, your rubbles of wood in your 6mm to add a little bit more dynamic, add a little bit more texture. This is a 3-strand pack, your rose quartz, your smoky quartz, and your rubbles wood plain rounds. All of this for one price. Now, we've already established the fact that this smoky quartz is top grade. We've already established that the dynamism that you can receive from your rose quartz and the additional bonus of the wood. Your price tag on this does not reflect what you're about to get. Your price tag for me has nothing to do with the quality. I would personally give you just that strand for that price tag. And I'm going to ask you to do one thing. I want you to type in to your search engines or go to your local jeweller's boutique, and don't go to your standard jeweller shop. I want you to go boutique jewellers. That's the quality I'm looking at for me. That's the quality I'm looking at with this smoky quartz. What price tag do you get if you type in smoky quartz necklace, quality smoky quartz necklace. What price tag do you get? Because I promise you, you're not going to find many smoky quartz necklaces coming in at $14.95. Synthetic smoky quartz doesn't come in at $14.95 these days. This is the real deal. This is top grade for me, and I would happily present just this strand for that price tag. I don't need to, because that's not what Jewellery Maker's all about. You're looking here at your smoky quartz with your rose quartz, and that's a gorgeous combination. I mean, who would then ever expect to see that as a combination in the high street? Not for me. I don't expect this type of combination, but when you get it, by jingo, it works, doesn't it? Oh my goodness me. Then you add in the wood, which just adds a different type of palette. Just adds a little bit by dynamic, doesn't it? $14.95. Hang on a minute. And I've just worked this one out. Sometimes my math takes a while. It does take a while to penetrate, but once I'm there, you know what? I'm like Carol Vorderman. Detox diet, that's as close as I get to Carol Vorderman. $14.95 for 3 strands. This strand is less than a £5. Whoa. No. Stop everything. Just stop. Hammer time. Seriously, this one strand, it's just taken me so long to work that out. I apologise. Delayed reaction, but it's just taken me a £5. Right, you know how I said to you, do your research on the price of smoky quartz? You know, I said to you, I want you to do some research on the price of smoky quartz. And I said, well, you're not going to get it for $14.95. Forget the $14.95. Are you going to get a smoky quartz necklace with this quality, this calibre, for less than a £5? No. I think it's fair to say, knowing from my experiences and my research, not on your Nelly are you going to expect that quality. All 3 strands, $14.90. I could sit here for the next 4 hours and just keep on talking about this. I could literally sit here for the next 4 hours and keep on going to you. $14.95. That's less than a £5. Each strand less than a £5. Let's just remind ourselves that we're talking less than a £5. Shall I just do that? Shall I just do that? 3.5 hours, to be honest. I've talked more rubbish, you know, in my time. We know that. That's a definite. $14.95 is ridiculous. Redonkulous. Ridiculous. Yeah. I should stop there with Bee's challenge, but something's just been handed to me, and I'm making an executive decision here, Bee.
Okay.
I'm not stopping there.
Good.
Just like that, yeah, bring it on. It's literally just come to the studio. We knew we had it, but we didn't know whether we could get it from the vaults in time. We have it. I'm going to give it to Bee as well. Ooh. And I can tell you now, this is literally just what Matt, bless him, right, has just brought this from the vaults. He did a bit of a kind of Linford Christie-esque Usain Bolt kind of run into the Usain Bolt. But to be honest, in age terms, you're probably closer to Linford Christie though, aren't you? Let's face it. Julie, exactly. You're looking here at the most extraordinary strand of distinction. Please know that this is a treat of treats for you gem lovers out there. It does not get much finer than this. It just does not get much more delectably elegant, sophisticatedly stylish than a strand of this beautiful pink amethyst. A Rose de France quality of colour I would distinguish this as. I'd give it that sense of those lilacs, those senses of baby pinks that medley together. Beautiful, beautiful strand of distinction. I mean, we just don't get strands like this in very often. I can tell you quite categorically that this will be a sellout today. I've got no doubt about it. No hesitation in my mind that I'm going to say this will be a sellout today. That's how extraordinarily beautiful these are. But I'm going to give them to B as a little treat. I mean, I know I'm not meant to, but you know, like, I just feel like let's fly by the seat of our pants today, and let's give you one more additional. So you've got the rose quartz. Could you imagine that with a OB? Look, hang on, Tom, come back.
Oh,
look.
Oh. That's your design.
That's it, isn't it?
That's it.
I mean, that is just so simply beautiful.
And the bead druzy in the middle.
Gorgeous. Of course, the druzy are only $14.95, so they do really go hand in hand, don't
Yes, they do. Yes.
The glistening, shimmering quality of the druzy.
I mean, apart from the quality of that strand, it's now given me another size to work on.
Right.
Because I've got elongation,
Yes.
I've got rounds and flats, and then
Yes.
small rounds, and then the
faceted. Almost. I mean. I know. We're both just in awe. What are you thinking? Where are we going on this one? What's your
I've got
mindset?
too many ideas at the moment, so
Okay.
I'm playing with the book.
You're playing with the book.
Now you've brought me that, I'm all confused.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped there because
Well,
the challenge was going to be just the 3-strand pack and the druzy. But you know, when you look at something and just literally about 2 minutes before I finished that last it just feels like it has to come together.
Now that's come in, it's taken me back to one of my early ideas. Think of dragonfly.
Oh.
Okay, that's where I'm at the moment.
Okay.
And you need something as tiny as that to form the wings, because we haven't got a wing shape like we did yesterday.
Yes, we had those little triangles, didn't we?
Yes. And the nice thing about small beads, they can look so delicate as a delicate wing. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment.
Oh, it just sounds fantastic.
We'll see how many things I get made. I've just got too many ideas.
I was going to say, but the medley of tones. And I mean, that smoky quartz for me is outlandishly
it's phenomenal,
good.
isn't it? Yes.
And I have to be really straight with you. I mean, I have no hesitation in saying our quality of smoky quartz is great on Jewellery Maker. I think that we've got a real reputation for giving you the essentials in great quality. Your essentials being the likes of your white quartz or your smoky quartz, etc. For me, this is a cut above what we have as a standard, and I'm saying that in absolute honesty. I'm saying to you, if you haven't had smoky quartz before, get this 3-strand pack. I honestly believe this is going to introduce you to smoky quartz like you've never seen it before. It's
if you have a close up again of the facets, if there were any faults in that, when they do that facet flat, it would have holes in it.
Oh, absolutely. That's right.
Faults. There's absolutely nothing.
One of the hardest things about the checkerboard faceting is it's incredibly exposing of imperfection.
Yes.
You know, the moment it goes wrong is the moment that you see it's
wrong. You suddenly see it,
because
and it's
there's a symmetry to it. There's a fluidity to it, and the eye almost takes on board that wholeness of perfection of
but
pattern.
there's no faults. It's just
absolutely magnificent.
Perfect.
It really is. Congratulations.
So
I'm leaving that with you. I know.
Yes.
We have 3 kits today, which are really exciting.
Yes, absolute knockout.
And colours that are really going to hit our hole.
Yes,
you know, they're not
quite diverse.
That's what I mean. Like they're not insipid. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, dynamic is a good word.
Dynamic. Thank you. Is that a word? Things like that, I don't know, but let's have another word. I think for me, the principle of our 3 kits today is that we know they're sterling silver, so you've got that quality, you've got that almost that foundation of strength.
Yes.
The backdrop of what is going to be some amazing buildings to build on top of, isn't it? You know, you've got colour, you've got gemstones of choice, you've got, you know,
and
lots
there's
of
also coloured wire as well, which is amazing.
It's always a treat.
I haven't got quite into it yet, so it's appearing here probably for the first time, I think.
Good news is what we've got all those to come. So shall we get down to the first kit? Shall we? We'll go for a walk again. Right, we have for you our first kit. And what I've said, each kit brings you colour, that's what it makes me do. The impact you're about to see is extraordinary. Watch this. As we start to pull out, the colour is just like an echo of beautiful. Look at that. Right. Let me just move this to one side. And let me just scoop these three together. For me, it just doesn't get much better than this. For me, it really just does not get much better than this. Oh, see, what I love about what we bring in our kits is that you might not have come up with this togetherness of strands by yourself, but when you see them, they really work. I mean, there's that warmth, again, that smoky quartz with the frosted finish to add a little bit more shading, a little bit more of a subtlety to the finishing touches, to add in that white quartz. Really, you could do that together, or you could do that together, or you could bring them all together in one look. There's a real fusion of quality. And when you see here, those beautiful qualities of the blue banded agate, I have to just highlight this as, for me, one of our feature strands of the moment. I mean, blue, of course, is a massive, massive colour for this coming autumn winter range. I mean, actually, if you've been into your shops, probably in the next, I'd say, if you've been in the shops for the past 3 or 4 weeks, or coming up certainly in the next 3 or 4 weeks, this is one of the big colours of the season. I know we're right on the cusp. I think it's day 6 of New York Fashion Week, and then we're heading straight into London Fashion Week next week as well. So there's lots to know about, and lots to keep an eye out for all of us fashionites who actually enjoy seeing what's happening in the fashion world and then reflecting that in jewellery terms. This is a colour of choice for this season. It really is going to be a hard-hitting colour. And if you're making jewellery, and I don't want to talk too much about, you know, what's coming up at the end of the year, as in gift presenting and things like that, but we almost have to be quite aware of the fact that we're heading towards the back end of the year, and we have to be aware of the fact that if you are going to be making jewellery to sell for gifts, then you need to start thinking about the colour scheme that you're going to have for your selling stalls. This is the colour to go for, okay? This is the one that will make people stop at your stall for me. This is the colour that everybody will see in the fashion shops, and they'll have to pay, you know, a good 30, 40, 50 pounds for their look, and yet you can bring them featured jewellery at a rock bottom price, and you can make it with sterling silver as well, because these are sterling silver findings coming with this kit, okay? This is the real deal, and I'm honouring under £30 as your price point for sterling silver kit, including in your findings. You're getting your head pins, your eye pins, your crimp beads, you're getting your shepherd hooks, your open jumping 5mm and 8mm, and you're also getting your spring lock bolt ring clasps as well. All of this plus so much more. Smoky quartz, there's beautiful frosted quartz, the banded agate, your sterling silver, and look at that colour, look at that colour. It is as rich royal salon blue as you're gonna get. If that wasn't enough, what about this? You've got your clasps. What about that? Now all you need to do is just pop your ribbon in, close them up, and you have got a fantastic finish to your organza ribbon necklace or bracelet. So you've got 4 of these as part of this kit. You're getting 10 meters of your organza ribbon, and there's more. You're going to get your presentation gift bags as well, 10 of your blue organza gift bags, which just brings in that colour. And I've got to keep reminding you, this is the colour of this season. I mean, blue is always popular. Salon sapphire blues, never going to go out of fashion, but this year in particular, blues are everywhere. This royal blue, this vivacious blue, it's not cool colour, it's an intense colour. And I think there's a difference. Some blues can be very cooling and some can be very rich and warm, and that's what this is, a rich and warm blue that you're getting. To finish this all off, you're getting memory wire as well. I presume, how many coils is this, guys? 14, I'm guessing. 14 coils of your 0.6mm memory wire. 14 coils of your steel bracelet memory wire, 0.6mm gauge. Anybody who's making jewellery for gifts and for fairs, etc., for festive events, this will come in so handy. I don't know whether you saw our trade show last month, but Mark, who sells to craft fairs, etc., says this is one of his big sellers. Memory wire, just use 3 or 4 of the memory wire, fill it with feature gemstones, and you have got yourself some seriously good looking jewellery, and very, very popular. Memory wire, a big seller for those of you who are interested in making jewellery for profit. On top of that, check out what else we've done. It's just that thoughtfulness. You've got your blues coming through, as well as your cord, as well as your beading thread. You've also got your 50 meters of dark blue beading thread, plus you've got your clear elastic. You've got your presentation gift bags and all of this. It's called cloud busting. Oh, I think it should be called something like the royal blues, because it's not about clouds. Clouds for me are much lighter, are much more softer, subtle. That's not what this is. This is not subtle. This is not delicate. This is powerhouse colour. This is intense colour. This is, in fact, this could be fashion focus kit. This could be thinking about what do you want from your fashion coming up in the next couple of months. This is the colour of choice. If you want it, you're getting solid sterling silver findings. You're getting your banded agate. That blue banded agate is almost the linchpin to this whole kit. You've got your smoky quartz, those frosted faceted rondelles, the white quartz, frosted faceted puffy coins. You're getting the blues of the organza matching alongside there. You've also got your presentation organza gift bags, plus your dark blue beading thread, plus you're getting your lobster claw clasps with you, of course, your cordette. All of this for $27.95. The list goes on. Literally, the list goes on with everything that you're getting with this kit. $27.95. This is one of those kits that you can really reap rewards from. This is one of those kits that can really have positive impact to your jewellery making. And it's not just about your jewellery, and I don't want to say that in a funny way. I mean, it's not just about what you're making for yourself. For this kit, you're getting so much that actually this is about what else you're going to make for other people, whether it's gifts or whether you're going to sell it on. This is the type of jewellery kit that really can power home in terms of making something special for every kind of age group, for every kind of styling. The sizes are workable, the qualities of colour are workable. $27.95 is all you pay for this amazing kit. And I have to just say to you, the memory wire, for me, is just a real bonus offer. It really is a bonus offer. And I know Bee's used the memory wire in a very, very easy and yet very effective way, haven't you?
Simple.
Yes.
Again.
But then we always say, simple and yet effective. Yes. My husband says to me that all the time. Vicki, you're very simple, but you're very effective. That's what this is. You've used, is it 3 coils or 4 coils? Probably.
I think there's 3 there.
And you've just used the crimp beads.
Yes.
To almost use blockers.
Yes, yeah. Just to keep the little blue ones in position. Otherwise, they'd sort of all probably locate together,
yes.
Which wouldn't be a problem. But I quite like the fact that they're sort of random.
Right,
so there's no specific against this. This is just thread them and then...
So can you see how, if I just hold this out, I just show that one, how these just given that little, almost like a little block of either side.
Because the little crimp beads kind of disappear when you're wearing it. People just see the beads just suspended, if you like.
And because this is sterling silver, because you're looking at the real deal, because this is sterling silver, and the prestige of sterling silver, and I've got to, I mean, I don't want to, you know, go on about the making for other people or selling for other people, because I know there's a lot of people who just make jewellery for themselves. I think the simple facts are is that silver has so much standing in the jewellery industry. You know, silver is one of the precious metals. It's not just a subsidiary to gold and platinum. It sits absolutely alongside. You know, the prestige of gold and you do say gold and silver, don't you? If you talk about metals, you don't say gold and platinum standard.
No,
gold and silver. That's because of the regard of the gem, the metal within the jewellery industry.
I mean, proportionally, it's a higher percentage purity than any of the gold.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the biggest thing about it is that it's also very, very effective in terms of malleability and ductility.
I mean, it's just stunning to work with.
And it's very forgiving. And for those of you who are just getting into jewellery making, if you're just starting off and you're going, I don't know whether I could do something like that. I mean, this is a technique and yet so effective, and you're working with something that's very, very forgiving. If it doesn't go right, the nice thing about silver is that it lets you try again without it breaking, without it, you know, snapping off. It has a lot more forgivingness than perhaps you know, something that's coated with silver.
Longevity using it.
That's it. So, you know, something that perhaps just to bear in mind, certainly if you are getting into jewellery making, you're ready to start your journey, I certainly would say, I would suggest that you start with silver. It might seem like it's a bit more expensive. It is more expensive, but it'll also give you perhaps a little bit more of a stronger hold on your techniques.
Yes. And when you think, there's just a few beads on there, a few stoppers, I tend to call stoppers because they're acting like stoppers, and they're memory-wise doing all the work for you. Now imagine if you are going into business, it's there to take advantage of. That's the most perfect thing to start with,
isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 5 beads. You've got crimp beads either side, 10 crimp beads,
and there might be an odd crimp bead thrown in between.
And that's it.
That's it. And the only thing to know is that there's a little turn there that's holding. It's only a tiny turn, but can you see?
Yes, it's just cushioning
against the bead, but stopping it from falling off.
Perfect. Just like that, and make yourself a feature bracelet. But you've done lots more than that. I mean, you've given lots more to that. I just have to tell you, we've worked out, we've just done this because we were looking at this price and going, hang on a minute, £27.95 is so good with the silver. If you were trying to make this kit up by yourself, your price tag would be £44.95.
Doesn't take much maths then,
does it? No, it doesn't take much maths. It's £27.95. I mean, that's a huge amount of money we've taken off. If you were going to do this kit yourself, £44, or let's round it up, £45, or alternatively, it's £27.95. It doesn't take a mathematician to know that really works, does it? It doesn't take a mathematician.
And those are the best ways to buy things, particularly, and we've gone on about people selling, but even if you're just going to make for presents, you're getting a better value with the kit than if it wasn't.
If you're going to do it as a single entity, absolutely.
And that's where the bargains are.
The earrings that we're going to show you, again, I like that we're going for simple and yet effective in terms of the design and also the creation of it. And these earrings, as you can see, because we've got the blue wire, you know, the blue beading thread, it adds more of that interest of colour. It adds that warmth and that richness, doesn't it?
It's its own presence. I mean, I love these here. And the coloured wire. It's just so delightful.
Yeah, because the coloured wire just makes it more of a standout feature,
the coloured wire and the bead are
it?
the two features. Sometimes you think of the wire being just holding beads. But it's now become, because of the colour, it's a feature.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
And it's a simple I love that delicate line. I just adore it. And then I've taken it around the bead a couple of times and through again, so you can probably see there.
Yeah, it looks great. So can you show us
I can,
this?
yes.
Can we see?
And I think as we delve in here, talking about the memory wire, that's the leftover memory wire.
Oh my goodness, that's what's left.
Yes.
Okay, so we just have been, as we've talked about the memory wire, just to show, right, from what you get 14 coils from the memory wire, and that's the remainder of what Bea has left from the kit that she's made. Okay, so from that one coil that she's done, I think you must have used 3 coils.
I think,
for that. That's what's left.
It's going to make another 3 or 4.
Exactly.
Easy. Yeah.
Easily. I mean, that just goes to show how effective and how financially effective, it can be.
Yes.
That's the important
part. That's just one small component in the whole set.
Absolutely. So the earrings are almost like a figure of 8, but you've double wrapped it.
Yes,
but then you've also used the head pins.
I've got the head pins,
yes.
Haven't you? Now, I know I think I used them all out of the kit, so I've got one head pin here. One is enough.
Yeah, one will do us. You're going to just show us
well, I really need
a few bits and pieces, aren't you? I'll grab you one.
Okay.
I'll go grab you one. No
right,
bother.
so if you have a look at the other earring, it's very similar to this one because I've used the head pins as little coils, but that's a double one on each side, so I've used 4 head pins there.
And
it
of course,
just looks
again,
a bit
sterling silver, so you're getting that impact for those people who like the presence of the 925
nice
sterling
metal.
silver. Okay.
And because they're tiny, then I've just used a little round nose plier.
Okay.
So we'll get the components ready.
What Bea's about to show you is interesting because actually the coil that makes up the little detail, or almost like the bonus detail to the earrings, little coil is something that once you've got a technique to do, it'll come in so handy.
Many times.
You'll just use it and use it and use it. So this is a really interesting one for those of you who are ready to just get into jewellery making, you're ready to take the journey. Don't forget, if you make your first purchase with us today, you do get a free DVD and tutorial booklet as well. So you get everything that you need to get started. I mean, we'll literally just be your foundations. We'll give you the information that you need. In fact, Matt's just grabbing us the booklet. Bless you, doll. Thank you. I'll show you, because everything that's in here is everything that you need to get started, and it takes you through all of the different types of techniques. It introduces you to what all the different findings are, so it gives you, the technical words. It gives you loads of variants of techniques, and then it'll take you through a little bit more of the more perhaps
moving forward techniques.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. So it'll take you through that. That booklet comes free of charge. But then you get the DVD alongside it. The DVD is exactly what is in here, but just in movement form. It's actual practical form. So you get those 2 free of charge with your first purchase from us. So for $27.95, you get the solid sterling silver kit, plus you also get the DVD and the booklet. The only other thing you'll need to get yourself into jewellery making is the toolkit. It's an essential toolkit that comes in at less than £10. It's one of the cheapest hobbies that any of our designers knows of, because a lot of our designers do card making, they do a lot of different types of craft. Less than £10 for the tools to get you started. So the essential toolkit is $9.95. So to take your less than £40, sorry Bea, for less than £40, you're into jewellery making and you're good to go. And it's not just about £40 that you've got here, it's about actually the potential of not making 1 or 2 pieces of jewellery, but the chance to make multiples on multiples on multiples. Gifts for yourself, gifts for other people. It's a real way of being economical.
The toolkit is so good value. You don't have to go far to find these at a very, very high price.
Yes.
Individually.
That's right.
And I paid when I was starting, and funnily enough, I've still got the tools now from when I was at art college in the 70s. So these are very, very well made.
And that's the interesting thing, because you can pay around about the £4 to £5 for just the...
Yes. I was just going to say, when I did mine, there were 6 to 7.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the product's still around, it's still as good. The price has dropped a little bit, but you won't get any better value than the kit. No. And there's more in the kit, because you've got the tweezers, the reamer.
Right. The reamer. I know know if for many of our guest designers, they teach as well, and so they actually provide their students with a toolkit, and they don't go anywhere else. I know that Debbie always prices it up, and she said came in at last time she did it, I think it was about £16.95 that she got
for the same thing.
For the same thing, for everything, but without the presentation bag. So £9.95 for that essential toolkit. It's a no-brainer. It's one of those where you just go, don't think about it, just know that it's the ultimate price tag. £9.95. So that's get started. That's you getting involved into jewellery making without having to break the bank. Right, you can get started into jewellery making, and this is how you can make yourself a pair of earrings. Very easy, but really effective. Can you show us the coil first of all? Can you
indeed, yes.
Because that's
I always say to everybody, get the components so you know you can finish the job. Okay. So this is one bead, one piece of coloured wire, one kidney wire, wire, and the coil. So we'll do the little coil, shepherd hook. Yes. Okay,
so you're just going to show us this is how you create the little coil.
So I've got it held so that the little button is there. Yeah. And this is so easy. You know, there's no pressure.
And this is what I mean by you working with silver in particular.
Yes. It moves. It
makes it work.
Now you could effectively keep twisting, but in fact, what I tend to do, get it back in the right spot. We all have our little favourite spots like that, and then get it in the right side, because I'm going to wind this. It's got to be on that side. Excuse me, I'll get myself orientated in a minute.
It's all right.
Okay. So all I'm going to do now is literally push the silver. Okay. Right. It's moving.
Can you see how it's starting to coil just like that?
I hold my hand real. So if I do it a little bit faster, okay, and we'll move that round just to help, and I'll get the thumb involved to push it a bit more. Hop over that one every time it comes round. It's quick. It's really neat. This hop over again.
It really does, doesn't it?
But look how it's. And the coil is happening at the same place each time because the wire's sort of running itself off. But it's so easy to do. It's hop over again. That's a feature. Yeah. Don't cut it off.
No,
it's silver. Leave it. And then you see that last little bit. I can, because it's so soft, I can push it down with my nail, and then when I get to here, I'll get the pliers to tweak it nicely and flat. And it's done. Now you could do as many of those as you like to decorate.
Absolutely.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, so now we'll start threading.
Okay, so this is the figure of 8 that you're going to do.
It's the figure 8.
Is it a figure of 8 that you do?
Yeah, more or less.
Is it?
More or less. Okay. Currently, I've got one long piece, and it's far too long, but it's better than having two short, which is fiddly. I could cut that later, but I'm going to keep it as is for now. All right. So, I need another one of those.
Yes, miss, I'll go and grab you one now.
So, just before I thread.
Can I do, while you thread, can I get you,
I need it now because it has to all thread on together, please.
No problem. I'm coming. Here we are.
I had a lot of eye pins left.
Here we go, miss.
And okay, that's perfect.
So you're just going to do the same
another
technique
one again, yeah. Wind, hop over.
And again, it just makes it so easy.
Wind,
hop over.
Wind. It's lovely. It is so therapeutic,
isn't it?
It's fabulous. There's the nail doing a bit of what you end up with raggy nails. And if you're not sure about doing that, you can hold it against something like that and push it down.
Okay.
So that's why you can use tools in all sorts of ways. So now we've got the other component.
Perfect.
Okay. So the threading will happen with everything at the same time. And it's a very simple threading because we've got this one going on first. Okay.
And are you threading on to both threads,
yes, both threads are going all the way through.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, I didn't think you were going to do that, so... Oh, because you're doing a double threader, aren't you?
I've got a double thread, yes.
So you're using it as it would be a single thread, really. Just
but I'm making it a bit more substantial.
I'm not thinking, really, am I?
Now, I've just got to find the little hole there. So that one's on. And the two are in. There's plenty of space here for the two. And then, if you like equal balance, I'm going to get the little button threaded first.
Okay.
Which should match the other one. Was it in first or out? Oh, it's out. So in that case, I'll
just
thread
get that
way. So,
okay.
If you happen to do it wrong, it's no problem, just to unthread. And then, if you remember, you can check that the Yeah. Now, I don't suppose it would harm too much if it was random. It really, it's not the end of the world at all. Now, this is where we have to hold everything together while we finish. Now, at this point, I'm going to cut that one.
Do you need a crimp?
I need a crimp, yes. I've got one here.
Have you?
Yeah. There we go. So that was the other component we've got to want. So really, we've got a piece of wire, the one bead, the two little coils, crimp, and it's ready.
Good to go. So all you're going to do is...
I'm going to take all of this through. See if it'll go all four together, or if I have to separate them. Oh, okay. If one gets left behind, it's not too much of a problem. This wire's lovely to work with.
Isn't it?
It is.
It's got a very glossy finish to it. That's what I like about it.
There we go. So we've got the four through. And then, because they're individual, we'll just pull that one a little bit to make sure that they are sitting the same.
Lovely.
Okay. It's an interesting thing to call it a figure eight. I hadn't thought of it like that before. But basically, these are going to come back and go back through. Now, if you do remember to thread this on, it's so useful because it saves undoing that at the end.
Okay. So you're just going to push them through
Push them through there and get a little close. I've got a little magnifier. When it gets this close, I usually go under my magnifier. Okay, so we're all set, and you see how nice
we're in
it is.
place.
Right? And then those beads will find their own balance, so I don't need to worry that they're in position.
No,
and then thread this back. Now, if it's being a little bit of a piglet, then do two, because it's quite hard to turn the four. So now this is where it gets very interesting.
And so you're just placing them back through?
Back through. Now,
I didn't realise that.
Yes, now this is where it's very interesting, because am I going to get the next through? I'm not so sure where the 6 go through.
Okay.
Now, if they don't, we've got to back up. Now, can you see here? If I use my little pencil, I like those to be the same.
Matching, yeah.
Okay. All of them have gone through the crimp.
Yes.
So what I can do now, to save having the trouble of getting that through, I can crimp the whole lot, so that's dead simple. Now, just double check, and
give it a bit of a...
What I'm going to do now is very carefully cut that one off here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then turn it and cut this one off.
Yeah.
There. These are great. You use this won't cut your hand at all.
Yes, use the flat edge.
And that allows metal to be there, or in this case wire. And it means that we can take that straight up and go flat against something. And it's only going to cut
what you want.
What we need. There we go.
And just
finished.
Like that. The nicest thing about this kit for me is that the quality of the gemstones is equally matched to the quality of the silver, to the quality of the additional bonuses of like the beading thread with the colouring. It all seems to be very much a heart. But I think we've got to keep on reminding you, this is sterling silver that you're working with, and that's something that I'll keep on telling you about, because if you do your research on the price of silver jewellery, it really does have an influence on the price tag, right? If you went for silver plated, then you are looking at probably more of a costume jewelry price point. But the moment you head into a precious metal is the moment that you're transforming, is that your price tag will change to whether you're buying it or whether you're selling it. Your price will change. It has to, because silver has such a high regard, and that's what we've got to remember. For $27.95 on this kit, you're getting a lot, but you're also getting that sterling silver as well. The gemstones are matching the silver work as well. And the final result that you've got there is just lovely, isn't it? And yet so simple.
The cost involved there is the minimal.
Absolutely.
But the effect, you could sell that for £4, £5. I don't know how different people price, but it's the skill involved that people are paying for.
And it
doesn't take too long, but it's so effective. But please don't undervalue when you go out to sell. You know, this is special stuff.
Of course it is, it's genuine gemstones.
You've got to go and check prices, see if you can find comparisons online. It's a bit tricky, but even then, you know, go into nice shops that are selling this stuff and see how much they're charging. It really is very important.
Very much so.
You can still get a keen price, but, you know, somebody say, oh, I'll just charge 99p for that, or something really silly. Oh, don't.
No, that would just be because you can't
silly.
get a pair of pretend earrings.
You can't get anything. So really,
and people wouldn't believe you that they were genuine gemstones or sterling silver if you priced like that.
Low price doesn't mean anything. It's plastic.
Absolutely.
That's
and
what
I think
people
one of
will look at and see.
And for me also the principle of it is that I think because of our great pricing here at Jewellery Maker, we have a different price appreciation than perhaps somewhere if you walk past just on a regular basis, you went past your local jeweller shop.
Yes.
Your price recognition is based on what you see in this jeweller shop. Whereas when you come to us, you're getting the genuine gemstones, you're getting the solid sterling silver, and you're used to those price points. So we get used to saying $27.95 for genuine gemstones and silver. Actually, other people would look at that and go, what? But that can't be genuine silver. It can't be real gemstones because they're not used to that price.
They're not used to it.
Yeah, I think we could almost become very au fait with, oh yes, well that's the price that we do.
To fall into that trap, believe me.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
And if you are interested in this kit, it is still available. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. Or you can join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. It's time for the Wall of Fame. Wow, I've got a lovely one here. 112 is Jane. Hello Jane, she says, it's Jane Milestone here from Winsford in Cheshire, sending in my Wall of Fame. I'm very pleased with this necklace, especially because it's the first time I've used a pendant, which is from the Razzle Dazzle box set, made from mookaite, and took the abalone chips from the Africa jewellery kit and added in green aventurine. Unfortunately, the photograph does not show the colours in all their glow. This is the thing that I always say. I always say to you, our cameras never pick up many of the different textures or the different finishes that the gemstones do. And Jane just quantified that to say that's exactly the same principle. If you're taking the camera, you know, if you're taking a picture, sometimes you just don't get the glow of the colour. I mean, if you've got aventurine, it glows, doesn't it? But you don't get it from the camera. She has many congratulations to Lucy and Fee. Hope they are both keeping well. Well, they are, I can guarantee you that. I was very interested in the way Natalia made a fastener hook with the wire on one of her necklaces, trying to get into a bit of wire work, but we'll try the gizmo first as the wire looks amazing once it's being coiled around. Oh, well, you'll see a bit more of that today with Bee, so keep watching for that, Jane. I've been practicing but not made anything yet, so watch this space. Well, as I say, watch right now because Bee's got some great wire coils coming up later on. We've got some great ideas for you. Anyway, many thanks for a great show. Keep up the fabulous gemstones coming. We will, Jane, and thank you very much for your sending in. 112 you are?
I've got 109.
That's nice. Wire work again.
Wire work, yes. This is from Valerie Walker, I think. Hi, all at JM. Love the show and all the guest designers. Oh, and all the guest designers give so much inspiration and ideas. My entry for this Wall of Fame was inspired by Linda's hairline.
I love that.
Enjoy your day. Love to all, Val.
Bless you, Val. That looks gorgeous. I love that kind of
really pretty,
organic vibe. It's gorgeous. Okay, what have we got here? Joy in Lincolnshire. Good morning, Joy. She says, made this for my mum using your beautiful multicolour gate twists. White quartz twist ovals, green fluorite, 3-strand pack I bought last year, and some garnet from my stash. Mum loves it. Must be over a year since I last entered the Wall of Fame when I found your channel while I was off work with a bad back. Well, they say everything happens for a reason. Love the show as always, and it's lovely to see the baby bumps on the screen. I called mine Munchkin. I called my first one Pootle. Oh. I can't remember. I'm trying to think what Zach was called. Oh, isn't that dreadful? I can't remember. I'm a baby brain now, you see. No, there's babies everywhere. It feels like it's like you walk into fertility land when it's in the studios at the moment. Everywhere you look, somebody's pregnant or somebody's got a wife that's pregnant. It just seems to be happening. I'm like walking around going, don't look at me. Don't breathe on me. Don't breathe on me. What have you got?
Okay, I've got 110. And this is from Jackie Whittaker,
yes.
Greater Manchester. So that's my little spot.
Gorgeous.
Hi, this is my Wall of Fame entry. It is 3 cuff style bracelets made from double drilled black onyx and silver plated pyrite.
Gorgeous.
Silver plated pyrite? Okay, red agate and black onyx, and frosted white quartz and smoky quartz with sterling silver slider clasp and ball-hole spacer, all from JM, of course. I hope it is okay for the wall. Well, it's made it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love and hugs to all.
How gorgeous is that? I love those cuffs. We did a couple of those spaces.
Yes, they work these, don't they?
One of my favourite
yeah, and the
things.
fastening is so clever.
Absolutely, and really nice. It fits nicely.
It fits.
Oh, so if you've not seen any of our sliders, have a look on our website. They really, really are great. We've got lots to look forward to today. I mean, like literally, we are full. I just want to show you what's coming up next, because I think when you see it, you are going to love it. Absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely glorious. Dare I tell you that we're going to take this 3-strand offer to less than £5 a strand. Coming up, straight after this.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, Coloured Rocks Limited, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B98 9HF. Good luck and happy jewellery making.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just £9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com. What ho! Join Vicki and Hannah Roxbury on Friday the 14th of September as we're having a 1940s retro day. Learn all the styles and design tips as we recreate jewellery from this iconic time. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. It's an amazing day full of fantastic opportunities coming your way. We have got, and I've already had a lot of interest on this one. I've had a lot of interest. You're looking between 10 to 14 millimetre pearls coming your way today. I mean, we standardly know the moment we put pearls to wear, they will sell out. We know they are very, very popular. I don't think we've ever had this type of quantity available for this size of pearl. I have to tell you that this is going to be one of our big opportunities. Now, we often say if we got a great quantity, we've often been able to get a great deal on price, and that's something that you are going to see reflected in the price tag of this. You'll not guess how low we can go. I mean, if you know our price in the pearls, we are good. We are seriously good. I don't think we've ever done anything quite what we've got coming your way for this one. I mean, it's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? It's coming your way but not yet, okay? This is coming later on in the show. I know, as I say, I've had a lot of response for that already. Thanks very much for texting in this morning. If you want to say hello to us, you can text into 60777. So text into 60777, and you need to start to check with JM Studio. So JM Studio is how you start, and then text into 60777. Okay. On top of everything else that I've shown you already, I need to just show you these two strands. Strands of distinction. It just does not get much better than this. This is the ultimate. You've got your pink amethyst and your lemon quartz. It is truly exquisite offers coming your way. You know, when I say strands of distinction, I think really the simple facts are is that really you could be talking here of a price point over 20, over 30, but actually I'll tell you now, we have got some serious low pricing coming on. Gems of distinction. The quality doesn't change, but the price really will. Keep watching for that one. We have got lots to look forward to today. In the meantime, I've already given you this as a sneaky peek before the break. Now I get to bring it to you. Oh, this, I mean, literally in the break, both me and I just went, oh my goodness, these are gloriously beautiful. You've got here your just stunning fluorite. The fluorite with those rainbow colours. You've got the ocean greens mixed with then the pinks to the purples to the lilacs. This is a strand that already is an interest because we all adore working with it. It's a really exciting strand. But to mix it with then your lavender amethyst, I mean, if I've just put those two together, that is just a delightful medley of colour tones. You've got there the freshness, you've got the lightness, you've got a femininity. I mean, the lavender amethyst gives that real subtlety and flavour to your jewellery. But for me, the shell hearts, the black shell hearts, is what makes this an absolute treat. I hope that when we give you a close-up, you get to see the iridescence. Please, camera, please, camera. Well, I'll tell you now, what you're seeing is probably around about a third of what actually you'll get from this strand. Already I've got people buying this strand. Already I've got people purchasing this 3-strand pack on the web. XIGC50. I love, love, love this strand of hearts. I'd happily give you this 1 strand for the price you're about to get the whole 3 strands for. Very similar to the smoky quartz earlier on. I was comfortable with us giving you just the smoky quartz, but you got an additional 2 strands. It's the same principle with this 3-strand offer. One of the strands I could justify at the price. I don't need to because you're getting all 3 for under £15. Yes, less than £5 a strand. Now, for me, if somebody said to me less than £15, my cynical side would go, well, that means it's going to be £14.95. That's what my instinct would be. But this is Jewellery Maker. So forget all what you expect. Less than 15? How about less than 13? £12.95 is all you pay. That's what? £4.32 a strand. £4.32. I mean, just that 1 strand in a beautiful bracelet. What would you charge? What would you get? I mean, what a gorgeous gift that is. Wow, 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 wow. £12.95. I will promise you, you will get this home and you are going to see so much more light play off this. Our cameras are picking it up, but they're struggling. Our cameras never do, and certainly in studio lighting, they'll never do this strand justice because the iridescence, the light play that you get from this stone is so unique. You can just see it there, but this is just illuminating quality. I mean, absolute delight. I'll show you both sides so you can see that Both have equal qualities. They are a double-sided, and of course with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you've got that security of knowing if it isn't right, if it isn't as good as I've said it is, if it isn't as good as what you've just seen there, send it back. Your money goes back into your account. It is a no questions asked, no quibble money-back guarantee that we're offering you. But the lights shining, shimmering, like a mermaid of colour, that's the only way to describe it, is absolutely exquisite. The pinks shining against the turquoises, against the greens, against the yellows, and then you add in the lavender amethyst, you add in half the stock is allocated, half the stock is gone, so you're going to have to be fairly sharpish if you want to join us on this one now. You're looking at 1 postage and packing for the whole day, of course, so don't forget you can add as many times as you like to your order. 1 P&P, and that P&P is £2.95. I mean, there's many places that actually say £2.95 for each item that you purchase, but not us. £12.95 and then £2.95 for your P, and you can add as many times as you like. We have got an incredible offer there, and I know there'll be a lot of our ladies who are just walking into the studio who will like this 3-strand. You like? I like a lot. See, now you don't have to take my word for this, right? Ladies, you've just seen on our screens what it looks like. Now if I show you it like this, have a look at it. Can you see what I mean by the studio lighting? Just doesn't...
Fabulous.
Isn't it?
Absolutely fabulous.
Oh, this is lavender amethyst. Isn't it gorgeous against it?
It's worth buying. You've got to buy it. They're not dear. They're not dear. They're very cheap.
Oh, no, can I just say, Pat, welcome. Pat, do you want a job? Yes, that'll be all right, Pat. I'm part-time. We can make up a full-time shift, me and you.
Yes, so I can share over there.
Yeah, you fancy it? Lovely job, Lee. Ladies, are you going to come in and say hello? You don't, that's all right, you don't have to. If you fancy coming and saying hello. Oh, Laura's on, look at her. She is, hiya, I'm Laura. Come around this way, Laura. Come around this way. Yeah, because they saw you there. That didn't work at all. So, if you don't know Laura, ladies, come on in. Please do come in. Sorry, our desks, so this is how we set up. So if you fancy coming in, that'll be lovely. Right. Hello. You're on the advanced, or the, what do you classify? Intermediate. Intermediate wire work. Have you begun yet?
Not yet.
Are you excited? Can I tell you, I know what you're doing, because we talked about it last week, and Laura showed me. We did the DVD together of what you're about to...
Good.
Oh, those pearls are immense.
I know.
I know. I'm going to tell you something now. Yes. Turn my mic off. Mic up. I told them the price. Don't say, because I haven't told anyone yet.
Get on the...
Yeah, exactly. Get on the phone. What, are you excited?
Very.
I know. You're going to do some caging, you're going to do some weaving.
We're doing the weaving. And
you're going to do the weaving.
Oh, she's brought things down with me. But we're going to be doing, hopefully, a nice pendant using lots of different weaves and binding. We're going to do a ring and we're going to do a pair of earrings.
You're going to do that necklace, is immense.
This is a magazine project.
Can you see that? Can you see the necklace? We're just getting a close-up there, Laura. Show us your neck, Laura. I was going to say, show us your chest. We'll go with the neck, shall we? You've got so many courses to be part of here at Jewellery Maker. Pretty much every day we've got something going on. So if you fancy being involved, I know B does a fantastic gem art one as well, don't you? Yes. And then, of course, we've got the intermediate wire work. We've got other stuff going throughout the week. If you want to start up a business, we do that kind of course. We also do, if you want to get started into jewellery making, we do some of the basic beading courses as well to introduce you. So whatever your level of technique, whether you're just starting or whether you're advancing into something new, well, the good news is that we can take you through that. Lots of courses going on. So how about we tell you a little bit more about that, and I'll be back straight after this.
Okay, there we go.
Come and join in the fun with international art clay instructor Natalia Coleman as she teaches you the basics of making personalized rings from silver clay. During the course of the day, you will learn how to create your own rings, add texture and decoration, finishing and polishing, and how to add color to your finished piece. The full course includes use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet our presenters, and have a chance to visit our gemstone museum. All of this for just $99.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Come and join the fun with guest designer Bea Morrison as she guides you through the basics of using gem art. During the course of the day, you will learn how to use the gem art kit, how to create different looks and effects, demonstrations on gluing and outlining, and how to create your own gem art piece. The full course includes a gem art kit and extra picture frame, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a chance to meet the presenters, and take a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just £69.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
What ho! Join Vicki and Hannah Roxbury on Friday the 14th of September as we're having a 1940s retro day. Learn all the styles and design tips as we recreate jewellery from this iconic time. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Wow. Well, it's always so nice to meet everybody when they come on the courses. If you fancy being part of any of our courses, in the back of the scoop, the most precise moment, or the Jewellery Maker Hub as it's called, in the back of that there is a rundown of all of the different courses that we have available in the next month. Whether it's the gem art with Bea, and I know that Bea's got some great ideas of taking gem art to another level of jewellery making, but we'll talk about that later on. We also have, as I say, a wide range: wire work, polymer clay, silver art clay, whatever you fancy getting involved in. We've got something going on pretty much every day into the studios. And as I say, you get to come and have a look around, and we get to say hello to you on air and things. So if you fancy that, do have a look on the back of the Jewellery Maker Hub. I'll speak to our call centre, and I'm sure they'll happily oblige to take you through all of our different courses. In the meantime, how about I introduce to a gemstone? It's the first time I've ever presented it in must be 7 years at least that I've worked here now. Not just on Jewellery Maker, of course. Jewellery Maker's coming up to its 3rd year now, isn't it? But actually on our sister channels, Gems TV and Gems TV Extra, I've worked here from pretty much the word dot. And I thought that I'd presented pretty much most gemstones within our catalogue. We have a museum within the studios as well. We have pretty much one of the largest mineral collections that there is. And with that in mind, it's incredible. We have the largest morganite on display in the studios as well. So it's very exciting on my behalf to introduce you to a new gemstone, because I haven't seen many new gemstones being exposed to so many fantastic gems on a regular basis. So this is brand new to me. It has probably some of the finest, extraordinary ranges of colours and shades. I've got to tell you, every time I've looked at this, I've almost, believe it or not, gone silent, because I am in adoration of gemstones like this, because it feels like you're getting a polymorph, because it feels like it's bringing together two totally different gemstones, which it kind of is, because you're getting your pyrite, which you'll instantly see is that glistening golden flavouring, but then you'll also get I don't want to derive it as two different gemstones combining together, because it's not. It's actually the oxidization that's taking place within the gemstone that then confirms the structure of it. So if I just hold it like this, and you'll see its formation. So you're looking here at copper iron sulfide. Now, when you put that together, the moment it is exposed to oxygen, the moment that it hits the Earth's like kind of atmosphere, is the moment that it starts to transform into what you're seeing right now. So it's that amazing exposure that gives that variety, whether you're going to get more of the oxides, whether you're going to get more of the hydroxides, or whether you're going to get more of the sulfates being exposed. It doesn't matter how it's exposed, it just has its own individual quality of finishing. It looks almost like a red lapis lazuli in some ways. You know, it has that real richness. I don't know how close we can get to these, but the closer the better, to give you that wow factor. It reminds me of very much planets. We talked about this last night with another gemstone, but this has a very similar vibe to me of planetary formation. You know, very, very natural feel to the formation of the colours and the textures. This is a gorgeous gemstone. It is related to malachite. And it's also related to azurite as well. So if you've ever had those gemstones in your collection, then this would be an absolute, okay, I've already got people confirming on the web. Before I've introduced the price tag, I can tell you now that a third of the stock is already allocated. I haven't told you what other strands you've got, because this is just one strand of 3 that you're gonna get. This is the first time I've done this gemstone in a bundle. Strands, I haven't personally, but we have as a channel done single strands. This is the first time we're doing it as a bundle offer, so this is just an absolute bonus. You're going to make a real feature saving by getting this as a bundle as well. Your amazing centerpiece for me is this red chalcopyrite. This is in a magnificent 14mm size, so these are exposing the beautiful textures. The color palette, I'd suggest you're going from a rosé wine red, going through to a burgundy, to a plum, to then of course the pyrite golden flavours as well. There's a nice range of colour palettes. Salmon pinks coming through as well, like a deep salmon pink coming through in some of the stones. So there's a nice range of colours. I know we've done the green before. Is this the first time we've done red? I think so. Certainly the first time that I've presented any of the chalcopyrite, but actually I think it's the first time you'll have seen the red version. We've done green before, and green is probably a little bit easier to come by. The red is not so easy to come by. The green is perhaps what you traditionally expect from chalcopyrite, but this is a bonus. I have got later on coming up some donuts as well of this gemstone, so if you like the idea of getting different shades and shapes, then this is going to be the offer for you. This is the day for you, really. So your size of these featured gemstones, 14mm. We're adding to it with Botswana agate. Oh goodness me, we all love Botswana agate, don't we? Because it has this fantastic dynamic of range of textures that form through the Earth's crust. I mean, literally, you're slicing through the Earth's crust to get this banding detail. Your Botswana agate and your puffy ovals. These are 16 by 12mm. Again, the colour range really works beautifully. That chalcopyrite really does add that warmth of rustic flavours. And I've got a lot of people on the lines right now. I'm going to tell you, if you want this, you're going to have to be quick. 0800 644 655. First time that we've ever done this as a bundle gemstone. The chalcopyrite is the first time we've done it as a bundle offer, and it's probably the only time that you're going to get it actually within a bundle. An amazing offer that you're going to get here. Big savings, I'm going to say that now, big savings. You're getting cracked quartz, frosted faceted puffy coins. Try and say that when you've had a gin or two. Cracked quartz, frosted faceted puffy coins, 10mm. They're big feature gemstones that they really add in dynamic. Individually, if you were to purchase these as a combination via our website, you would be paying £27.35. If you were buying these separately and then bringing together yourself on our website, not elsewhere, I'm not asking you to price compare elsewhere, price compare from our website right now, your price would be £27.35. And yet, the price you pay today is £17.95. £10 saving. Whopping wadge of cash just gone back into your pocket. £17.95. And I know there's a lot of people who are purchasing this just for that chalcopyrite because it's a real bonus gemstone to get in your collection. The first time I've presented it, and a real treat and a half for you jewelry collectors out there, you gem collectors. As I say, I've worked for a very long time with gemstones, and I thought that I'd been exposed to pretty much every stone that's used in jewellery making until this one comes along. A fantastic combination of those colours of rich burgundy and plums against then that backdrop of the golden flays of a pyrite. Now I've got to tell you, if you're buying on the web, you need to check out. Don't just put it in your basket, because I'll tell you now, there's a lot of people who want to buy this on the phone lines as well. So if you want this, I'm in limited stock. If you're buying it on the web, check out straight away to guarantee that it's yours. You could miss out. Limited stock now, £17.95 for a 3-strand offer. Your feature chalcopyrite matching alongside Botswana agate, such a popular strand naturally on its own behalf. Then you're getting that frost faceted cracked quartz puffy coins, and you're getting it all for £17.95. This really is a look and a half. I mean, got to get this chalcopyrite home to see for yourself. It's got a lovely weight to it. It's got a real quality about it. It's got a warmth of unique beauty, and that's what we've got to remember. Every strand will be different. Every strand will be unique. That copper iron sulfide, each one of them will have its own exposure to the oxidization. Therefore, each one of them will have its own pattern and print to be exposed to. £17.95 is all you're paying for not just that strand, but Botswana agate and your quartz. Limited stock. Come and grab it while we've got it. The number's there to dial at the bottom of the screen. It's a free phone number. And you can join us on the web, www.jewellerymaker.com. £17.95 is all you're paying there. Huge congratulations to you. Absolutely glorious, glorious offer. I mean, exposing the true beauty of genuine gemstones in a 3-strand offer there. For me, that really does sum up what natural, beautiful, genuine gemstones can bring you when you get that real quality about them. Oh, just fantastic. Congratulations, you got that. Limited stock, still available, but limited in availability now. If you want it, it's there for the taking. If you're watching on repeat, get darling early on that one. £17.95. Congratulations to you. Coming your way, and I have to tell you, the ladies who came on the course today, who've just been in a at least 2 of them tried to pinch the pearls, and pretty much all of them wanted our strands of distinction. In fact, they were discussing whether there was any chance that they could have a break at the time that we actually were putting these on air so that they could buy them. And one went, no, it's all right, I'll just do it online. She's going to have a phone beside her so she could do it online while she's making a jewellery with Laura. So that just goes to show the impact that these have had. They are magnificent strands of distinction. They really are exquisitely beautiful. They are just exceptionally beautiful. They really are. Okay, it's coming your way. I've got a lot of response to these. So I want to be very specific. I tell you what, I'll do at 11 o'clock, so that's in about 20-ish minutes time. Let's say 15 minutes, I know you're watching. In 15 minutes time, I'll do the pink amethyst, okay? I'll do the pink amethyst in about 20 minutes time. I'll bring you the lemon quartz sometime afterwards. I'm being as specific as I can be. So look out for those. Exquisitely beautiful. I've got a real good price on those as well. Because when you say strands of distinction, you're going, oh, I'm going to break my budget straight away. It's going to be 30, it's going to be 40, it's going to be 20. Is it going to be... I can tell you now, no. Not even £20. Not even £20. I know, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm getting into trouble. I'm getting into trouble. I'm not going to give it away. But I'm just saying not £20. That's all I'm saying. I'm not doing anything else other than that, am I, Claire? Not giving it away, just giving that little taster. And we're just having a nibble. And a nibble is nice. We have a fantastic strand of pearls. There's nothing else to say other than magnificent. Truly magnificent. I am warning you without any hesitation, these will sell out. These will sell out within the show. I mean, even those who were watching on repeat, I'm going to say to you, good luck, but I don't think you'll have any chance. Fingers crossed you will. Fingers crossed some will come back into stock. You know, sometimes people buy, etc., and they don't go through with the checkout, whatever. But honestly, these are, without any doubt, sell-out offer. Magnificent. Coming your way, but not yet. Not yet. Can I give a time on that? Shall we do them in about an hour's time? An hour and a half? An hour. Within the next 2 and a bit hours, we'll be bringing... I know that's naughty, that is so naughty. Okay, I'm going to give you an hour and a quarter, right? So just after midday, if you're watching on the live show, okay? Just after midday, we'll do that. Deal? Deal. Right then, in the meantime, let's get... Ooh! Ooh, shall we get all feminine ourselves? Shall we get all pink and everything? Oh, we could take it lower. Really? Okay. Okay, so just so you know, and Paula says that's okay. Or Paula said Paula's one who's giving us the price. Okay, forget Ed, right? We're going beyond management Ed. We're going to the top of Jewellery Maker right now. Paula, for anybody who doesn't know who Paula is basically the head of Jewellery Maker. She is the head of heads. She is the ultimate. You don't get much higher than Paula when it comes to Jewellery Maker channel. And she has... Why? We don't need to take this any lower than we were already going to. Okay, because she can. Paula is giving us... I know Paula loves pink, so maybe it's that she loves the kit and she just wants everybody to have it. I can't even tell you why she's doing it, but the price you were going to pay and the price that you now have got is all based on management decision. Okay, this is not us. This is not the power of producer and presenter. This is the power of management that you're about to. This is silver. Now I'm going to just reiterate this about 50 gazillion show, because I'll tell you now, with the price of silver as it is and the price of the kit that you're about to get, there is no other way other than management decision that we can honour this offer. Okay, I'll promise you there is no other way that with this price tag if it wasn't management led. Right, I couldn't do this. Right, producers haven't got the power to be able to do it. We couldn't do that, could we? Right, the simple facts are, if you want this kit, right, at this price point, you've got it based on management, not on us. I'd like to say I've got more power, but I don't. I know where I belong. And Paula's up there, right? Paula's at the top, and she's come and given us what is really potentially probably one of the best prices on a kit that I've done probably this year. And I'm being serious with you, with everything you're getting. It's sterling silver. I mean, it's got the potential of not being a deal of the week, but probably the deal of the year so far in terms of kit formation. It's sterling silver. I've got to keep on reminding you, look at the price of sterling silver and what we're about to do. Take a look. Take a look at this. And these are coming, this kit's coming with pearls. This kit's coming with, this is with pearls, and we're going to do that price? Oh, dear, dear, dear. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why this is going to happen. I promise you, I don't know why we are taking this any lower than we were already going to go. As we'd already decided the price point, we'd already made a decision that we were going to take it a couple of pounds lower than perhaps we should. And then Paula has given us management approval to take it. Well, the only way I can do it, you know, this is rock bottom pricing you're about to get. We are literally on thin ice. We're about to crack through the ice, I promise you. You're getting pearls. I've got to keep reminding you, silver and pearls. Are you sure? Okay, right then, take a look at this. An amazing offer. You've got there your white quartz, frosted, faceted, puffy coins. These are 12mm. You have got your pink banded agate plain rounds, 8mm. You have got your multicolour potato pearls, 6 to 7mm. Add with it, well, the power of pink, and that's what you've got there, the power of pink with these magnificent additional bonuses. The pinks with the organza ribbon, with the beautiful organza presentation gift bags. You'll get the findings, which are of course the cord endings as well, just to give you that final flourish. Solid sterling silver findings. 46 solid sterling silver findings. I'm going to keep on telling you, solid sterling silver findings. You're getting a combination head pins, eye pins, shepherd hooks. You've got there your open jump rings, 5 and 8mm. You're getting your spring lock bolt rings as well. All of this for one management price. This is not going to happen with us, right? This is not my potential of giving you a price point. It's not even the potential of my manager, Ed. This is going to the very top of Jewellery Maker. Paula has given us an amazing price point. I assure you, this is a get it while we've got it offer, because I cannot ever anticipate this happening again. I cannot expect us to do this on silver. Not for the pearls as well. Let's not forget, you are getting pearls here. Genuine feature pearls, those multicolour pearls coming together with the colour, the power of pink. And of course, the kit's called Perfect Pink. Well, I think it should be called Perfect Powerful Pink, because the power of colour that's coming through here is what's going to make a difference to your jewellery collection. Absolutely phenomenal offer. Why? Are you questioning how low we can go on this one? But you take on board the silver, you take on board the genuine gemstones, you take on board the pearls, and I now tell you, forget £30, your price tag would have been $29.95 on this, the pearls, the silver, $29.95. We were going to take this $24.95. We, as presenter and producer, we as a team had decided not 29, let's drop it to $24.95. Our management team, the fantastic Paul, I'm going to say that she's fantastic because I wanted to do more of these kind of prices. Are you ready for this? $21.95 is all you pay. Not just perfect pink, but perfect price point. An amazing opportunity. The number's there to dial. You've got to dial quickly to honour this price. I can honour it for this show, for this offer. Right now is when you got to dial. I can't say anything other than this is the come and get it while we've got it price tag. Once this kit has gone, it has gone, and you will not expect to see prices like this again. I promise you, as much as I'd like to say every day of the week, I'll do prices like this for silver, for pearls, for beautiful pink. I can't say that. I'd love to, but I can't. Look at the pink again. It is powerhouse colour for $21.95. You've got, of course, the additional bonuses, the organic. Add in that colour, add in that detail. But it's the price of silver we mustn't underestimate. That price of silver is going to have a huge influence on the price point of what you're going to make for yourself, whether you're going to sell your jewellery, whether you're going to give as a gift. Sterling silver for $21.95. And I will absolutely tell you again, this is what happened this morning. $29.95 was the price tag we were told we need. We made an executive decision. Okay, let's drop it. Let's go a little bit lower. $24.95 was our price point. Paula, our top manager, and literally you can't get higher in Jewellery Maker than Paula, and then she comes in and gives us a $21.95. Half the stock's gone, of course it has. Half the stock allocated for $21.95. Perfect pink jewellery kit with 46 solid sterling silver. And when you see this combination of gemstones in action, you really are going to be delighted by it. It is a true delight of qualities and finishings and detail. And if you are going to get those pearls later on, you know, the big feature pearls that I've got coming up in that single strand, if you are going to get those, this would be a fantastic kit to add to it, because of course with the pearls it would be a beautiful medley of the large to the smaller, and what a brilliant blend it would be. This is delightful.
Yeah, I loved it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it turned out to be my favourite.
Did it?
They all are favourites, but you know, sometimes you just have the edge, don't you?
Yes. Some of them just catch your attention.
Yes, yeah.
$21.95.
I know,
though.
it's it's phenomenal.
But I could justify 29, which is the price point
yes.
we should have been at.
Yes.
We were going to take it to 24, but to drop it to even 20.
Yes.
21.95. Limited stock now. We're going to just give you a heads up. It is limited stock. 0800 644 655 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. I'm getting really serious now because I don't want you to miss out on this. I'm going to tell you it's very limited in stock. Very, very limited. Come and grab it while we've got it. Can't guarantee you'll always get that offer again, okay? Can't always guarantee anything like this will happen again. And this is really interesting because it comes with the pink elastic, doesn't it?
Pink elastic.
And that
yes.
pink elastic you've used to the max on this neckline piece. And we're going to do a little bit of a demo on this because I know for a lot of people this is something that the elastic is used for one design only, and that's just to make elasticated bracelets and stretches and things. But actually the elastic, now it's got the colour to it, can be so much more of a feature, can't it?
So much more, yes.
And you've proven that.
I've been working with it for a while, but it really proves it on one piece. Just says everything.
And you've also bound in with the you get the coloured beading thread as well.
Yes.
You've bound in.
There's two necklaces there, but they've incorporated into one, and then this.
Can I just, if I put my hand there,
behind,
then everybody can see, because actually against the black backdrop you might not see the colours.
I made the wire necklace first.
Yeah.
And then made the knotting and then wrapped it in and then tied it all at the back, because you've got the lovely clasp that will take.
Clasps are great, aren't they?
It's taken everything and the wire as well.
Your clasps have already taken the elastic and the wire.
And the wire.
That's a bonus, isn't it?
Isn't it?
That is a huge bonus.
Because there's a lot of threads there.
Gosh, that's a treat. Okay.
Yes. So now I need the beads, because I'll do this little demo. This is the stretch, and I need to quickly thread a few on. So I'll just do a little run of exactly what the bracelet is. So.
Okay. So do you want the pink ones, yeah? There you go, miss.
Okie dokie.
Does that help?
That's lovely. I've got a couple of leftovers, so I'll wrinkle them in. Okay. And then I think that's got the other bead in it, but I can do it without at the moment, because I want to show again this knotting idea.
Just the knotting technique is what we want to see, really, isn't it? Because that's what gives it that finish. And for anybody who doesn't know B, if I just show you when I at the very beginning of the show, while B is threading on. Well, that's hard to say. While you're threading on, is it all right? Do you mind if I?
Please do.
I just don't want to, because it's so special. I don't want to touch something that you don't have. B is an artist, as well as an incredible jewellery maker, and this just gives you an idea of her ideas. The perfect pink jewellery kit. Absolutely summed up in artist's work, and that's what it is, isn't it? The artist's work. As you can see here, some gorgeous detail, and you really start with ideas. You jot them down. You kind of note them. You start to doodle.
I think the starting point is always I get the elastic, get the bead, and I was thinking for ages, it should be just with the clear elastic, there should be more to it than we were doing just stretches. So that's when I started to knot it.
And that's when you started to come. You started to come up with this.
This one, I really love this.
I know that this wind. It's almost like a pink river, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
And you're published at the moment, aren't you?
Yes.
With your pink.
Yes. We've got the magazines somewhere.
Yes, if you've seen Bee's featured in one of the jewellery making magazines. So check her out, and you'll see her there with her.
You have to open it up to find me, though.
Open it up to find her, but you'll find her there with pink. You have got it, haven't you?
Yeah.
We'll show you it shortly.
Yeah. So
she's famous. She's going to sign her autograph and everything for me later on.
Sign it. Yeah.
So you're going to start knotting.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, it's literally that's it. The knot.
Okay.
But you can see also
it
comes undone because elastic's got its own mechanics.
Yes.
Right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ignore that one, and instead of just knotting it once, this is where I'm going to knot once.
Yeah.
Knot twice.
Yeah.
So my fingers go through to receive it, not 3 times.
Yeah. Not 3 times on the ceiling if you want. We're showing our age again there, because these young ones are like, what are they singing? What are they singing?
And those.
So you've knotted 3 times?
3 times. Okay. Oh, look at that now. That is a work of art. Is that a little work of art? It's its own little bead.
Yeah.
Now, because the elastic is thin enough to go through the beads, then obviously it's quite thin. Okay. Now, when I did the necklace, it's a double. And what a difference it makes. What a big difference. Oh no, it's triple.
It's triple.
No, it's triple.
Right,
Yeah.
so you mean that you've literally gone elastic on elastic on elastic. So you've got 3 strands.
Yes,
3 strands.
3 strands. So you need a huge. And you see how big the knotting goes now. Isn't that lovely? That is so much its own little bead. I love it. However, as long as this triple doesn't go through the hole there.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not sure, it's better to do another. That's the one I did at the beginning, which will just disappear when I pull it out. Get rid of that. Okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another triple on top of there. 1. Fingers go through. 2, 3. This is great. You can watch TV and do it just with your fingers. Now I want that to land exactly on the other one. So my 2 thumbs are pushing towards the knot that's already there. Hands are marvellous. They're the best tools you'll ever have.
So you're just manipulating.
I'm just manipulating. Can you see my thumbs, my fingers are just pushing it to land exactly on the other one. Now it's better in a sense. See, they're still slightly separate, but it's chunked it up a little bit.
Has chunked it up.
Chunked it up. It's lovely.
So you've got a double. It's almost like
it's
a triple double.
I could cut that off later, and then I can put another one to stop the bead from moving. Now, what I like to do with these is to actually have the fastening as the feature.
Yes.
I know it's a stretchy, which just knots in its own right.
Yeah.
But in fact, to have little extras on it is perfect. You don't need to cut them off. They are it.
No, they're just like a little bonus.
I think I had one last night, didn't I? With the same.
Yes, you did. Yeah, that's
in
quite
fact,
right.
it's still around. Oh, it's here, as it's turned out.
And you can see that.
And that is obviously the 2 ends, but they're a feature. Now, I don't mind the elastic sticking out like that, but if you didn't like, you can just cut under. And if you like to put a bit of jewellery glue on the knot, then that's fine.
Yeah, just to keep it secure.
Yeah. And it works. So I'm going to do a very quick.
You know what I'm wondering? You know, with the early bird that we did earlier on.
Yes.
That would be a nice, like with the silvers, just to add on like the little extra findings. That would just just interweaving.
Just one. Yeah.
Yeah, just add that little bit more silvery texture.
You see, you don't have to be too symmetrical with these. It's nice that that's on there and it's not on there. Isn't it
gorgeous?
Sweet.
Gorgeous.
I love these.
I think
so now,
was the early bird $5.95? Am I right in saying that? My memory's rubbish, isn't it? $5.95 for 10. Been confirmed there. $5.95.
Nice.
So if you were on that $21.95 on this kit, and then to add on that, so you're still less than £30, aren't you? So it's a great price point.
Well, we always say every time you add 1 strand to a kit, exponentially you make tons more.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just going to do this again, and I'm now going to do my triple knot.
Okay.
So there's 1.
1.
Okay. This is where, because I'm working with this long length, I have to do this. There's 2.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 3. Okay. And then we get hold of the whole of it. Whoa. Pull it.
And again, you're just
manoeuvring it.
As manoeuvre, that's the word, isn't it? Yeah.
Right down.
So you want it tightly knotted in
as close to that. So I'm now pulling it this way,
and I think
that's
a lot of people are quite scared of the like how much tension they could put on the elastic. But the whole point is that it's incredibly strong, isn't it?
It's strong. So obviously that had sort of 2 of those, and that's got 1. That's fine. The 1's fine, and then I need a spacer. I'll have a stopper now. So you can either thread them on very closely, or you have choices whether you want to do it a bit further away.
You can go for a gap like you've done there.
You go for a gap or not. Here I'll thread another one on close, knot it, and thread another one.
And it's as simple as that, really, isn't it?
It's as simple as the, what was the memory wire?
Yes.
That's a really, really simple and quick way of making jewellery. So is this.
And once more, you know, again, if you are interested in getting involved in jewellery making, or you know somebody who is, I mean, this price point, it's a really nice price if you want to buy a gift for somebody, because you then, for $21.95, giving them the chance to make their own jewellery. And as Bee's already showed us, you know, simple techniques can actually be really, really effective, can't they? You get your free DVD and your tutorial booklet as well with your first purchase. And if you are buying for somebody else as a gift, speak to our call centre. I'm sure they'll be able to oblige. If you're buying as a gift for somebody this kit and you want the tutorial booklet and the DVD to present to them, speak to our call centre. If they can oblige, they will to add it into your order. It is free of purchase with your first order with us. And on top of that, of course, don't forget, I must remind you that Essentials Toolkit is back in stock. Hurrah! Thank goodness for that. I know it's been out of stock, and it's horrible when it's out of stock, because for a lot of people to get involved in jewellery making, it's about how much it's going to cost them. How much do I have to invest to get something back from it? Well, the answer is that Essential Toolkit is $9.95, less than £10. So really, in principle, to get this kit and the toolkit, you're talking just over £30. And what a great gift that's going to be with that free tutorial booklet and DVD. So certainly something that I'd encourage you to do. So $21.95 for your amazing jewellery kit, which comprises of the 3 strands with the pearls. You're getting pearls and you're getting the featured gemstones of the banded agate and the smoky, not the smoky quartz, the white quartz. And you're getting the silver.
Yes.
For $21.95.
It's amazing.
So not on, not on,
so
not.
Not on, not on, not. Space, not. I moved that over there because they were getting a little bit tangled with the tools, so get it in the right hand. Now, if you're left-handed, just reverse everything. Now, yes. I don't think I could not left-handed, but if you can kind of put a mirror if you're not sure.
Okay.
Obviously.
And you're going to just leave a little space and just continue,
do a little
so you
space,
create a little like kind of.
So you could be very generous with your knotting, which I have done once before, but it does take a long time then. But if you're spacing out, you might use 9 beads with spaces.
Yeah.
A little bit of time for knotting.
And that's the thing, you don't have to spend a lot of.
This is another therapeutic. This is delightful to do, I tell you. Okay, so we find where the knotting is and get the hands and then pull it. You can pull it so far, and then you're really keeping it all together. Now, what I have tried before is to do 1 knot, then another knot on top. It's tricky to get them to behave to go on top, and if you try a 3rd one, it's tricky, and they land in different spots. So if I do them all together, then it becomes that bundle, and it's very, very chunky and nice. So there we go. We've got the little spacer. That could be any space.
Yes, of course,
up to you.
Whatever you want to.
And then as you get to the other end, it could even be quite a nice little dangle, couldn't it, when you think about it? So I'll do the knot, 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 bead, bead, bead right the way around, and then decide if that is going to be a drape, then I usually just sort of measure it around the hand, and if it's the right size. 7.5 is quite an average.
7.5 is the average for us. I know that from our sister channel. 7.5 is the average. To 8.5 actually these days. 7.5 to 8.5.
Yes, I usually make some that are exactly for me, and then some just a little bit. You tried one of them.
Yeah, one of yours on, and
it was a little bit loose. That was okay.
Yeah, I've got scrawny wrists. Shame about the rest of the body, but I've got scrawny wrists.
And then literally all you're going to do is to, if that's the dangle, then you'll knot here and then produce the next dangle before you cut off. And then the only thing is, as you're knotting, you're going to use up a fair bit, so I usually cut off.
But you get such a lot within one one coil that it doesn't really matter.
There's so much,
so much you can throw it away.
It's over there.
At $21.95 is all you pay. I just got to highlight that we're now into very restricted availability on this stock, so if you do want it, then please do pick up the phone nice and early. I don't want you to miss out on that. I really genuinely don't want you to miss out. We've got lots and lots still to look forward to. Coming up, straight after the Wall of Fame, I have got that fantastic pink amethyst coming your way. Yes, a treat of treats, a strand of distinction, and I have already promised it's going less than £20. I know. A strand of distinction less than £20.
A gem gasp.
Isn't it? But you've got plenty more to look forward to with all that, because it's all about you. And let's go to the Wall of Fame. And 108 is Pat. Hello, Pat. She says, dear all you wonderful people at Jewellery Maker. We paid her to say that, obviously. She said, I made this set using rose quartz barrels and silver fines from Jewellery Maker. I made it as the request of a friend who loves pink gems. She has asked me and my sister Marie, who's coming for a wire workshop on Tuesday, to do... Well, that's today. Oh, that's it. Oh, I'll have to go and say hello to Marie. Yes, she's here. She's here. I think she's been on air. Oh, cool. To do a party for her at the end of the month. The party is to be part of a housewarming as she's moving into a new house on the 28th. Marie and I are very excited about this party as we have only done one sale to date. Our sale at the school summer fair did very well and we hope to repeat this success. We like to take it in turns to order from Jewellery Maker so that we share the post and pocket packaging and think that other Jewellery Maker customers may like to follow our example, cutting the post and packing cost in half, or even more friends involved and split the cost even further. Please keep up the fantastic quality and great variety of gems and kits. And please, 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 can we have more saucers and rondelle-shaped, smaller sized gems, as I really, really love the way they feel, look and move. Love and hugs and best wishes to all you expectant ladies on the team. Are you predicting something for me? Because please, I don't think our bosses could quite handle the fact that another one of us presenters is pregnant. I think there's enough to go around. I think we've got enough in the building right now. So please don't predict. Pat, please, thank you. She says it must be something in the water at Jewellery Maker. I think you're right, but I'm not drinking it. I'm bringing bottled water in. And Matt's just turned around and looked really worried as he's drinking a glass of water in his hand. He's just gone, oh no. Yes, I'll take that on board and I'll certainly pass on. But of course, if you do like your smaller gemstones, of which, Pat, I have got coming your way with your strands of distinction later on with the pink amethyst. And for those of you postage and package, don't forget it's only £2.95 the P&P for the day, so it's not too bad a price. I'm hoping that you agree with me. Right, 101 you've got?
101 from Jane in Plymouth. These are made from rose quartz rounds and flowers.
They are beautiful.
Peach shell pearl, sterling silver tubes, pink ribbon and sterling silver findings, all from JM. And silver coloured spacer beads from my stash. I enjoy watching your show as it's great fun. You have many beautiful gemstones on offer and the quality is excellent, all in capitals.
Oh, bless her.
Yes. My only wish is that I had more money to buy loads more gems. Here's hoping I'm lucky soon with the credit to my account. The draw on Wednesday. Keep up the good work and banter. So Jane's in Plymouth.
I love that.
They're delightful. That ribbon looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
It's just that ribbon. It does add like an extra element of pink, doesn't it? Yeah. It's gorgeous. Well, I've got another one with the carved. You've got the flowers. I've got some calla lily carved flowers. This is Heather. Hiya, Heather. She says, this is my latest set made with smoky quartz and the wonderful yellow calla lily flowers. Love to everyone and love right back to you, Heather, as well. I love that design. That's gorgeous. Those calla lilies. Well, calla lilies are my favourite flower. I was meant to have calla lilies for my wedding, but my florist forgot my... And so I totally forgot my wedding. I paid them 2 days before, but they forgot my wedding, and so I didn't have calla lilies in the end, which is a shame because every time I see them, I go, "Oh, that would have been nice." I know it was a little bit of a disappointing time of my wedding.
I got 106. This is from Trisha Bell in Allendale.
Oh, beautiful part of the world. Gorgeous part of the world.
I've put together a rather simple necklace and bracelet set featuring the black agate cuboids. I used white faceted Chinese jade, black tourmaline faceted rice beads and black onyx saucers to complete the necklace and bracelet. I hope you like it. We like it.
Like it a lot. Very nice. I like the shape of there.
They're lovely, aren't they? Yes.
And then you've got the beautiful. Congratulations to you all. Of course, don't forget the draw is made Wednesday, so that's tomorrow if you're watching on the live show. And it's time. I've made the promise. I've dangled the carrot. And now we're ready to crunch. Yes, we are talking about the magnificence of your feature pink amethyst. I would certainly give this a status of Rose de France qualities. If you've ever purchased Rose de France gemstones, the freshness, the femininity, the lightness of touch that it has in terms of tones and colour is delightful. This has that flavouring, but perhaps with a little bit more of the pinker hues coming through. It's exquisite. It is, without doubt, to our vaults right now, a strand of distinction in terms of the grading of the stones, in terms of colour and its faceting. It dazzles, it shimmers, it shines. That texturing of each one of these is absolutely delightful. These are 4x rondelles, and I know for a lot of people, just like Pat asking in that email, saying more of this size, because it works so beautifully. It can create feature designs, whether you're working it with other gemstones or not. The size of these stones is not actually in terms of the quality of them either, and I think that's the nice thing. The nice part about it is the size is an equal. Is it already going? Okay, sorry, I apologise. I'm totally interrupting what I'm saying there, but I've just heard in my ear I've got to get down to the price because it's already being allocated thick and fast on the website. And I know for our web buyers out there, you just know you want this. I've got a lot of people now on the phone lines picking up the phones and dialing 0800 624. Hold on those lines, and I'm processing your call as fast. Not me personally, but we are processing your call as fast as we possibly can. MGSF80. MGSF80 is the code. I feel like I need to show you this in action because that's where you'll get some indication of the glistening, shimmering quality of the tones of colour. Okay, I'm going to get down with the price as well. Get down with that price. £12.95. I promised it less than 20. Forget that. How about £12.95 as your strand of distinction? I told you it was worth watching today. I told you I had some treats, and this is one of many treats that I've got for you today. An amazing price point, £12.95. Phone lines are crazy, so please be patient with us. We'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. Web buyers are really, really busy today, so congratulations to you. Well, if you're adding to your order, make sure that you check out those baskets. If you don't check out, you're going to miss out. I think that's the simple facts of today. £12.95 for a feature of 35 carats of your pink amethyst. Your faceted rondelles are 4x2mm. Look at that price tag and think, what do we normally do for strands of distinction? What price tag do we expect you to pay? The pricing is normally around about the 20 to 30 to 40 pound marker. Today we can bring you this fantastic strand for £12.95. £12.95. Hold those lines to confirm. I've got to tell you, I've got around about a queue of around about a minute. Yeah, about a minute is probably accurate. £12.95. 30-day money back guarantee. You don't need 30 days. You'll need 30 seconds to make your decision, because the moment you get this into your parcel, the moment you start to feel and see the glistening, shimmering quality of this strand, you will be totally and utterly enchanted. It is the quality of freshness, the lightness of touch, the lilacs mixed with the lavenders, the delicacy of those baby pinks, beautifully fresh, phenomenally feminine, and yours for £12.95. Glistening quality, I mean, absolutely exquisite. £12.95. You're going to have to be very, very quick if you want this one. 0800 644 655, still going very, very well. If you want to confirm on this, I don't know whether I'll have everybody successful on this one. You're going to have to just pick up those phones really, really sharpish today. It is very, very, very well received. Point. Of course it is. It's a feature strand of distinction, that beautiful quality for £12.95. I mean, we've already done feature gemstones today that this would go perfectly with, whether it's going to be, I don't know, whether it's going to be perhaps something like the Druzy that we did earlier on, or whether it's perhaps going to be with some of the feature amethysts that we've already brought to you in the darker colours, that you want to mix those lighter, fresher, more glistening, shimmering qualities of your pink amethyst against. I mean, this is just a versatile strand. strand. And you might be looking at this thinking, yes, yes, yes. Well, if you are, then you need to be still going on those phone lines right now. £12.95. What price tag would this, should this be? Tell you what, do some research. What would you pay for a feature quality strand necklace of this grade? Do a bit of research, and I tell you what, it'll be a very, very interesting result, because I cannot imagine genuine gemstones. I can't even imagine synthetic gemstones going at that price point. If you go to the likes of your fashion accessory shops in your high street, if you go there and you had £12.95 in your pocket, I'd like to question what you'd get in comparison to what you're going to get from this, from us right now. You're getting quality, you're getting distinction of textures, of colour and of light play, and you're getting it all for that same price as you could get a costume jewellery look. Costume jewellery pricing, but nothing other than true quality, genuine gemstones that we bring you here. We are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company at Jewellery Maker. That means we only bring you, and this is the real deal in all its glory. £12.95, and congratulations. Let's put this against the neckline. Let's just show you how it's begun, because I think really when you see it there, that's when you'll really see just how perfectly a high-end strand for £12.95. Well, I didn't think when I walked into the building this morning I was going to be able to say that, but look at it. Just look at that powerhouse of femininity, that exquisite seduction. What price would you pay on the web if you went online right now and typed in maybe something like a pink amethyst? Type it in, pink amethyst necklace. What price tag would it come up as? What would you expect to pay for a gem strand like this on the high street? Forget the high street, go boutique line, because of strand that I'm looking at, I'm thinking you're going to be saying what, in principles, well over 30, 40, 50 pounds if you're lucky. That really is the pricing that you're expecting. 34, I mean, what would you make from this? I mean, simple pair of drop ear, I've just had an idea. If you were being financially savvy, if you were being clever with your money and you were thinking about selling these, how about just making some simple drop earrings, 4 or 5 gemstones per ear? I mean, you could make yourself, let's think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you'd make yourself at least 8 or 9 pairs of earrings. Just simple drop earrings, right? Classically elegant. What price tag would you pay? What price tag would you have? Well, you're paying £12.95 for the strand. What would you charge for each pair of earrings? Because there is no, if I'm saying that you're going to get, let's be really giving, you're going to get 8 pairs of earrings. To get your money back, it's going to cost you just £1.61 a pair of earrings for the gemstones. You add in the findings and that's probably minimal cost. You're going to say, what? It's going to cost you about £1.50 to make a pair of earrings. £1.50 a pair of earrings. And yet, what are you going to charge for a genuine gemstone pair of earrings of this grade? Because this is not just standard grade, this is our strands of distinction. So you're looking at top. What are you going to charge? Because if you charge a £5, you're probably doing a disjustice to the gemstone in truth for a pair of earrings. So I'm just asking, what kind of profit margin is there in a strand like this if you make them into earrings? Don't make them into a neckline piece, don't make them into a bracelet. If you just make multiple pairs of drop earrings, what would be your profit margin on that? I don't know the answer exactly. I don't know how if you sell your jewellery or even if you're interested in that. I'm just saying, look at the value that you're getting from £12.95 in this one strand. It's an incredible potential to make stylish, wearable jewellery for yourself, or if you're selling, or if you're giving as a gift. This is a great way to do it without breaking the bank. Quality, high-grade jewellery potential for £12.95. Absolutely phenomenal price offer there. Absolutely ridiculous. It really is us showing you what we're made of, us showing you that there's no point in going elsewhere. Why do you price research? Well, you do price research because you want to buy from us with confidence, but there's no point in buying elsewhere. For many of these featured gemstones, I just don't think there's anywhere else that can compete with us right now. £12.95 on that feature strand. We do have, coming your way shortly as well, this exceptional strand of yellow quartz, those lemon quartz colours, beautiful, just beautiful. Citrine-esque, certainly got that citrine flavour, but you've got much more of the lemon tones coming through there. That strand is coming your way within the next hour. Within the next hour, we'll be bringing that to you. But before that, let's move straight on. Let's move straight on. Where am I going to go to? We'll move to colour. We're going to move to more, because we've had some great colours so far today, haven't we, B? And B loves a colour. You like a variety of colours.
Yeah,
but this is a show that really fills with different shades of colour.
Yeah.
And we're filling you today with colour. And this kit fills and fills and fills bucket loads of colour. Because first of all, that's nice. That is just exquisite, isn't it? You have here the most magnificent puffy rectangles. These are 25 by 18 millimetre. 25 by 18 millimetre, your blue aragonite with the banding texture that just gives almost like a blue lace agate finish to it, doesn't it? And we all know that blue lace agate is one of our top sellers and also one of the more expensive strands that we have in our jewellery vault right now. So with that in mind, if you like that crazy lace finish, if you like that banding and that lovely ridge work internally to the gemstone, it's totally smooth stone, but the actual ridging is the internal drama as it forms within the Earth's crust. Look at that, like waves almost, isn't it? You know, like waves crashing against the sea wall, and you've got that real movement of and you've got that flurry of the foam and the water and the white and then the blues, and then you've got the darker, richer colours coming in. That's exquisite, isn't it? That is just glorious. That's just one. You could imagine that being an inspiration for many. Here's a one for you. Wagner. You know, Wagner, the composer. Do you know that every time he composed a different symphony, he surrounded himself by different colours and different textures? Right? So every time he did a symphony, he would choose, say for example, he was writing a symphony, he'd choose either to be surrounded by velvet, sometimes it was silk, sometimes it was purple, sometimes it was pinks. Whatever his intention for his symphony was, he surrounded himself by those different shades, and it wasn't just colour, but it was also texture, because apparently it influenced how he then formed the music in his mind. And I was thinking to myself, when I was, this was on the radio last night, I was going, when I was listening to it, I was going, actually you can understand that as a creator, as an artist or as a craftsman, whatever you are, or whatever you see yourself are, you're influenced by everything around you. You're influenced by the waves. You know, if you've just been on holiday, maybe you've had the chance to be able to be by the ocean. The sound influences your creativity, the visuals of the crashing of the waves, the movement. It's all going to influence what you create from your jewellery. And I was thinking to myself, I was going to actually ask B, being an artist that you are, B, I'm sure that you find yourself creating things that are influenced by what you've been exposed to.
Everything, basically. And sometimes it's a bit too much. So what I tend to do then is I'll put pictures around me which are going to be the focus.
Yes.
It'll direct me a little bit more than seeing too much.
Because sometimes it is, and
sometimes it is too much.
Because apparently Wagner was very, very demanding. That the moment he started to create, he had to instantly have the same influences around him all the time. So he always had to have the velvet, or he always had to have that colour palette around him, because that's what stimulated him, and that was a bit like you, focused him in. You know, so with this, perhaps you've got that influence of something that, you know, you see something within this one strand that's then going to just take you somewhere with your jewellery, and that's very poncy, but actually in reality, that's what some of the greatest jewellery designers say. Their biggest creations, their finest works of art have been influenced by something very focused, something very exciting around them that's then been played out in their jewellery. And I think that you've got the chance from this strand in particular to get that influence, that beautiful network of patterns and prints. It's so exciting, so very naturally creative. And then you can just go from there and your wings will fly, you know what I mean? And I don't mean, again, I don't mean that to be too poetic, but I just mean, you know, the influence of patterns within this one strand is so beautiful, you know, and I think perhaps a lot of jewellery makers don't see themselves as artists, but that's what you are. If you're making jewellery, you're creating a work of art.
It is.
Every single piece is a masterpiece.
And everything is unique.
Exactly.
Totally.
Yeah, whether you're making a work of art, whether it's a symphony like Wagner, or whether you're an artist like Picasso, or whether you're a jewellery maker, whoever you are making a work of art. And that's what's the lovely thing about working with genuine gemstones, is that they give you that creativity, but they also give you that unique palette of dynamics, you know, something totally different for your masterpiece, your own individual creation. And you've got that with this strand in particular. For me, the aragonite, this quality is exceptionally exciting for those creatives out there who will be inspired by the patterns and the prints of each one of those individual stones. Take it from there and let's move on, because this 3-strand pack, actually, I don't know whether the aragonite is the centerpiece, because there's lots more to go alongside it, and of that, you're getting a delight. Multicolour, cracked agate, faceted rounds in the 12mm size. The colour range of this one strand is truly glorious. I mean, it was just the nice thing is that it's gonna go great as a single strand, but you could actually take the pinks and put it with some of the fuchsia agate that we had from the last kit, or whether you're gonna take the amethyst and put it alongside the lavender amethyst that we had earlier on, that I've just done in an offer for £12.95 for a strand of distinction. You can separate the colours out, or you can bring them together. I mean, you might be more of a mark, and you might see, and I don't know if I just hold this out like this, if I just take that section there, can we show that whole section, Tom? Thanks. So if we just take that section there, right, you might want to take all of these neutral colours, you know, those nice creams, and you might want to then introduce the aragonite, because can you see how they are bluey colours? You could almost graduate the colours and bring in the whites against the blues, and just bring in, because it's almost like this, that you've got the sea and then you've got the clouds coming through. So you've got the sea and the clouds bringing together. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. So it's up to you how you work this strand, but all I'll say is this strand is going to work for you. There's no doubt about it. This strand is going to give and give and give. The fuchsias of the pink, fantastic. They're real hot pinks. They really have got that electric feel about them, and the purples are really deep. They're really exciting. So you've got that whole look in one strand. 340 carats sitting in that agate. Then you've got your aragonite in your rectangles. Those are 25 by 18. In principle, size-wise, they could be feature pendants. Then on top of that, we're adding one more strand to give warmth to this. And it really is a warm colour that you get from these faceted coins. These beautiful red agates sit as 190 carats in one strand. They are 12 by 5mm. And as you can see, the richness of colour, the intensity, the integrity of saturated colour that you get from these. I mean, as close to carnelian as you're probably ever going to get. I mean, carnelian is probably one of the world's most recognisable Victorian gemstones, the ultimate cameo brooch in carnelian. You know, really from that point onwards, those warm colours that you're seeing here from the red agate are always going to be inherently rich and opulent, because they have that powerhouse of intense colour. The 3 strands that I'm bringing you here are a delight. Individually, they're exceptional. Bring them together, they're even better. Try and buy these alone as separate entities. The price tag would be nowhere near the price you're about to get. There is nowhere near an offer that you would get these 3 strands for the price you're about to see any other time than in this bundle. £17.95 for all 3 distinguished strands, and yours for the taking. Don't forget, 1 postage and packing for the whole day. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. Once you dial, you press a button 1 to get through to our in-house call centre. You can join us, and you can press www.jewellerymaker.com to get through to our website, and you can process there as well, the purchase of this 3-strand bundle, and it is a bundle of beautifulness. Your multicolour cracktigate and your faceted strands, the colours are booming through. They are as rich and as deep and as exciting as you're gonna get from us. I really have to say that strand is as rich as I've seen us bring you in any of our other gemstones. The textures are so creatively exciting from the aragonite. The larger the stone, normally the more exposed they are to imperfection, but to me, the larger the stone, the more perfect these have become. You know, they really are exposing the pattern and print of Mother Nature. If you were trying to buy this as a combination, individually stranded, you're looking at nearly £25. If you were going to buy these as individual strands and then bring them together yourself in a bundle, you'd be paying £25, close enough. You're actually paying £17.95 today, and that's our price to you. Our bargain bundles are the time to buy. I can't think of a better way to buy than this kind of bargain bundle. £17.95. The size of these puffy rectangles, easy pendant size. I'll just show you. Easy to be a feature pendant. With a simple strand of delicate gemstones to take you up to the neckline. I mean, that would be just glorious, wouldn't it? And a feature, actually, perhaps I would wear it like that. I'd put it almost like a landscape. I'd do it like that. Or maybe a feature ring. You know, maybe go cocktail ring. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? The size of an easy cocktail. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, right over the flanks of the finger. Nice, we like it. £17.95 is all you're paying. I know that has been a very well received offer. Can I just say thanks to everybody who's texted in today as well. I've got some really nice texts coming in, so thank you. 60777 is where you can text in and say hello to us. You can always, JM Studio is where you start your text with. 60777 is where you can text in and say hello to us. Hello. Have you got any questions for B as well? You know, if you've got a question for B, maybe you want to ask about your gem art, or perhaps you've got a question about artistry or any of B's creations that you've seen today. Maybe you've got a question about crocheting. She did some crocheting on our late show, and actually we're going to do a little bit more crochet later on as well. Yeah. So if you've got any questions about crocheting your gemstones into perhaps your beading thread or your elastic, etc., please do text in. We'll happily do our best to answer your question before the end of the show. So 60777 is where you can text into us. JM Studio is where you need to start your text, and once you've done that, then you can head off on there. 60777. Right. Right. Still to come, and I just want to give you a heads up on what's still to come. You have got lemon fresh. That's the only way to describe this. Lemon fresh qualities in this strand of distinction. If you like the price of the pink amethyst, you are going to love, adore, kiss with the price that we have got for this next strand. I promise you, and I've washed them today, I had a shower. Yeah, I even painted my toenails for you today, matching with my pink trousers. I know, when does that happen? Only when I don't have children around. That's the only time. I was in the building until 11:30 last night, getting all of our retro show sorted for Friday, because we've got our 1940s themed retro show, and I was in until 11:30 last night. I was ironing in our presenter room. I was ironing everybody's shirts, right? Because I wanted everybody to look presentable, because the theme is 1940s, which, you know, we all know is like the war era and stuff like that. So we've all got our outfits, and I wanted to make sure that if we well, with kind of the war theme, you need to look smart. And so I've ironed everybody's shirts. I've got everybody sorted. Matt, do you know that when you're in on Friday that you're in the 1940s theme? No. You do now. All right. No. Ahoy, mate. That's all I'm going to say to you, Matt. Ahoy, mate. I've got him an outfit. I'm not saying anything else, but you need to be watching on Friday to find out the results of my transformation of Matt from man to a... I'm not saying anything else. Okay, also coming, he says, shut up. Take a look at these amazing pearls. I've not seen anything like the size of these before on Jewellery Maker. Absolutely exquisite pearls. The size of these pearls are second to none. The quality of them are second to none. And they're coming up within this show. And I'm going to say to you, within the next hour and a half, you'll have the chance to own these. I love you. Okay. I know our kits are getting better and better as we go throughout the year. I think that really, if you were to compare our kits maybe even a year ago to how they are now, you cannot make a comparison. You literally cannot make a comparison. For value for money, for me, this is an exceptionally brilliant offer. It's abundant in potential. It is bursting with colour, dynamic, and it feels like somebody's made a 3-tier cake and they've gone to finish it off and then they've gone, oh, what the heck, let's put another 2 tiers on top. Like you've got a 5-tier cake when it should have been a 3-tier cake, because it feels like we've stopped and then we've gone, oh no, let's put some more in here, this. And then we stopped and we've gone, surely that's enough for this one kit. And then you go, no, let's plough some more in. This is an offer and an offer and an offer all together. Let's go with gemstones because that's how we normally introduce our kits. The colours of these gemstones are really, really, really different. And that's what I like about this kit. It is something different for your jewellery collection. You've got here a combination of those beautiful frosted faceted rondelles of red agate. They are 10 by 5mm, 340 carat. Boy, you web buyers, you are busy today. We literally have just bought the graphics in. We just show the code, and as you can see, the code's right at the top. RYGC10 is the code, and literally our web buyers got it, click it, bought it. Do you know what I mean? Just like that. You know what you want and, oh, you're going to get it. Love it, love it. We're not going to let you down on price. So the good news is we haven't told you the price yet, but we know that you're going to love it anyway. You've got that feature red agate right at the heart of perhaps the theme of the rest of the colours that sit within this kit. The red agate. Plus then, against that, you've got the green banded agate. I love the quality of this banded agate. It reminds me of emerald because it has that vivaciousness, that real energy of colour that oozes from it. I like that, a little bit like emerald, it has something more to give than just colour. Emerald has an internal magnificence that makes it totally individual, whereas of course with the banded agate you get the banding. You have that individuality of each stone having its own, almost its own story to tell, like that one. And the way that the banding actually takes place is that as the earth starts to internally, if you go to the earth's crust, as a crystal formation takes place of a gate, different elements will absorb inside the stone. But it's not just the different elements, it's the heat which then is exposed to that crystal formation that dictates how it then bands and how it then forms, as you see it here. Also pressure. The earth's crust obviously in different places within the earth, different types of pressure, different tension. Like when you find tourmaline, it's been exposed to an incredible tension, great compression from the Earth's crust, which is why you'll always find it internally textured because of that crystal structure and the formation of that tension. That's the same with this gemstone. It's exposed to so many different elements coming through. Then you see that banding really, really adding that unique quality. Great unique. Lovely. Lovely, lovely look. So your green banded agate plain rounds, they're 6mm. They are 6mm. Your red agate adds in. It's a little bit festive, isn't it? It's a little bit festive, I'd say. You know, it's almost gesturing towards that festive season. We don't want to get too far down there, We don't want to like...
It's hinting at it, isn't it?
It's hinting at it. Yes, it's almost just like a little bit like kind of aftertaste. If you go, oh yes, the reds and the greens and that almost like holly, the holly combination. The holly and the... No, I can't sing that yet. That's wrong, sorry. Black agate, pardon me, black onyx, beg your pardon. Black onyx finishes off this 3-strand combination, and the onyx just gives that dark richness about it. The faceted frosted points are 14mm. Right, your 3 strands is not where this kit... This is what I mean by somebody's built maybe 2 or 3 tiers, and then they've gone, let's make this cake even bigger. Because, it's almost like mix and spice cake with sponge, because it sounds wrong and yet it's really right. Because if you... these days, the tradition is, I had 2 cakes. I had one lovely fruit cake, and then I got Pete's cousins, right, to make us a wedding cake. And they made us a rainbow cake, so when you cut into it, inside the sponge was rainbow colours. I know, it's brilliant. I made them, and they covered it with dolly mixtures, and they covered it with loads of sweets and everything. It was fantastic. That's the kind of... See, that was it. It was like almost I had to go with the formal traditional cake, and then I had to go for the wacky cake. Yeah, the party cake. It was right. Party cake is what you've got here in terms of more abundance of loveliness. Shall I talk about the wire? When you see what Bee's done with this wire, you are going to like it a lot. This wire is a lovely quality of colour. It's got that real festive, again, I'm sorry, but bright red. It has that crispness about it, hasn't it? You've got 10 metres of your 0.8mm gauge. Now, yesterday we did 0.6mm, and today we're working with the 0.8mm. But Bee's worked with the same principles of making those wrapped coils, and you'll see that later on when we show you her creations. And she's used the amazing organza as well. This organza is 10 metres of your organza red ribbon. This on top is matched by your organza presentation gift bags. Plus, of course, with the organza ribbon, you'll get your clasps, your chain and your cord ends. You're going to get 4 of those lobster claw clasps with your chain and your cord ends with the extend chain. Okay, so you're getting all of those, plus you're also getting, and this is where you'll see Bee just coming into her own, gorgeous, just gorgeous waxed cord, the red waxed cord. You're getting 2 metres of your red waxed cord, and so you're really getting that sense of the colours are coming through. Perfect for what we're about to see in technique terms, because Bee's going to show us crocheting, but anybody who likes macrame, this is perfect, absolutely magnificent. Add on to it again, you are getting beading thread. You're getting even more beading thread here, because you're getting red coloured beading thread with 50 metres, and you're also getting your red elastic as well. So we have gone to town. Did I mention that you're getting solid sterling silver as well? Did I mention that? Oh yes, 43 pieces of solid sterling silver for one price tag. Be prepared is what this jewellery kit says, and I'll tell you what, be prepared for a fantastic price tag. This whole kit coming in at $24.95. That's $24.95. Fast and furious on those phone lines. That's what you need to be today. Join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. 0800 644 655. Join us on the web. Don't hesitate now. You've got everything you could possibly need. I mean, just to put that combination of the threads, the elastics and the cords together, that is, look at that. I mean, that just goes to show. Oh, and then in the background you've got the reds of the organza, and you've got that real crispness. And then to introduce, I said crispness there. I said crispness. I didn't say the other word. I said crispness. I'd like to just reiterate that one more time. I did, I promise. Crispness. And then look at this as a little bonus. Look at this as a bonus to that colour combination. Absolutely glorious. £24.99. Be prepared. Jewellery kit, and I tell you what, be prepared for a fantastic technique with the lovely Bee now, because Bee, this is a kit that really can transform from one look to another very easily.
Very easily, yes.
Because you've taken the blacks and the greens and given us one feature look, but then you've taken the reds with the blacks and gone totally different again.
Different, yeah. And the key thing there is the change is the wire on the necklace. I love doing. I mean, the idea was to use all the wire again, which I think I did.
Yes.
And made a really long. That's no fastening on there if you lift it up.
It's just, yes, because it'll go straight over the neck.
That's a substantial piece of kit there.
Yes.
It's heavy.
It is.
But it looks really dramatic. Yes.
And then coming straight across to the green and black.
Sweet, aren't they?
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different.
And I mean, just to add in that silver detail, I really like that, because I think the silver from it going very dramatic.
It's this idea that you only need to do a little something.
And that's it.
So
just to show you know, and you've just used head pins, I presume.
Head pins.
With like a little, like a lightning strike.
Because of the length of them, it just allows you to tweak the wire slightly and then take it back and tie it, ready for the
glorious
the separate piece there. Beautiful, aren't they? And I love the idea of the matte finish and the gleam.
I do as well.
That's nice. And then you've got the extra gleam of the silver.
Just adds a little bit of extra, something special.
The most interesting thing is I hadn't used this thread before.
And this is the waxed cord.
Yes.
And this is fantastic, isn't it?
It really is. So I've got the whole piece here.
I have to tell you, Bea, I love this bracelet. And if it was my size,
you'd have it, yeah.
It would be the kind of thing I'd say, could you make me one? Because I love it. I really love that. It feels like it's a bit like spaghetti. You know, it's got that weave and that movement, and I'm normally an orderly person. I quite like things that are very simple. But for me, this has order because it's quite tight.
It's tight.
But it's got a little bit of crazy. It's a little bit like me. It's ordered, but it's a little bit crazy.
Yes.
Yes, totally. That's perfect. I love it. Can you show us how you did it?
I can indeed. I've got the beads threaded on, and I've got a knot in the end. Now that's quite handy, isn't it? So they don't
it doesn't drop off. Yes. Okay. Now this is crochet for anybody who hasn't tried crochet before with jewellery making in mind. Bea's going to take you through. You can get the crochet needles from any of your craft stores and everything. And you're working with a 5.5 mil one, aren't you? Which is one of the larger ones. Now you're running on.
So I've got the first little stitch. It's like a slip knot, actually.
It's just a slip knot that you've done there, so to give it a little bit of movement.
There's a bit too much there, but it won't matter. And then I tend to get the tension by wrapping it over there and then over the hand. It's just, and your hand is over here to hold that stitch in place.
Okay.
And I'll show you how fast it is. Okay. One, and my fingers are creating the tension.
That wax is so good, isn't it?
It's the easiest thing that you could possibly do.
So can you do it slower?
I can.
In, through.
Okay.
And you're just catching it in.
You pull it through and it's in.
But you're hooking under, aren't you? You're not just hooking.
I think you could probably go the other way.
Can you?
Yeah, I think it's the same idea, that the hook's doing all the work, and then I'm trying to regulate the stitch to be the same. But once you get the rhythm, it just does it. Now, if anybody didn't see that last night, that's basically a bracelet.
And you did that with the elastic last night, didn't you?
Did it with the elastic.
And we involved, as I say, this was it yesterday evening. We involved just by adding in the gemstone. Could you add in one gemstone just to show the basic? Because we are going to take it one step further with.
So I'm going to bring it up and then take it away for a minute. But it comes up. I've got everything held there, including the bead. So you go hook and through, and the bead is now captured. So that's the locking one, and then you count the stitches again. Now this time, I'm going to move this on and do 2 rows. I'm going to move that back.
Okay.
And during the second row, that's when I'll bring the beads in. That's why that looks more substantial than the one I did last night.
So last night you did the basic, which is this one.
I think we've still got this one around, which had the single little chain stitch.
And this was with the elastic, the black elastic. So in principle, that's what Bea did yesterday evening with the technique that she's just shown us there. With the, you called it the single, what do you call it?
Chain stitch.
The single chain stitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do it with the elastic. It's a little bit more of a divil when it comes to the elastic. You have to be a little bit more of
Yes, you've got to be a little careful. But it's lovely to experiment with. I bought the black one, and it was the big roll of it.
Yes.
I don't know, is it 100 metres? Or?
Yes, probably.
Okay,
I think so, yeah.
Because I wanted to play more with it, and at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you just undo it, and it just
it just unravels, doesn't it?
Yes.
So that's the single chain.
Now I'm going to do a shortened version of that because it's measured then, so you can get the exact measurement. And then I made it a little bit too big because I forgot to allow for the fastening there, which takes up a good inch bit more easily.
Yeah.
We could put a different fastener on, but these are great because they just capture any of the threads.
They just hold it
as
in,
well as the organza ribbon.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a shortened version of that. So imagine now I'm going to do a second row. So
you're going to do a second row from the single, single.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by this.
So and this is where I'm going to do a couple of stitches to get it going.
Okay.
And I've got to turn a corner, so it'll just take me a minute to...
And this is the thing, you're going to turn it back on itself,
Back on itself,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm fascinated. Go, Bee,
You don't normally lose the thread, so I'm going to go back in there.
So you're going inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then hook.
Yeah.
Hook. Out. You've got 2 stitches.
I was just going to say, but then you've got 2 stitches.
2. Right.
Do it again, do it again.
Do it again. So you go in.
Does it matter which one you go into?
Not really.
Not really.
If you're going to be picky, then yes, but I'm not.
Okay.
So you've captured one of the existing loops.
You have. You've caught round. Oh, we haven't got the gem in.
Yeah, bring the gem in.
Okay. Bring the gem in.
Yeah. So this is where I would probably practice the technique without the gems and then bring the gem in.
Okay.
Because you see, you've got to balance it there. Right, so...
Yeah.
Capture another one.
Caught it in.
And back through 2. Gems in.
Oh,
I'm going to do a
fabulous.
locking one as well there.
Okay.
Okay, and then
And now
find
you're
the
going to
next
go up
stitch.
and over.
Yeah, so I've got to find the next one, which is that one. I'll leave a bead out this time. Oh, now I know I've gone through 2 bits, so we'll just backtrack. Okay, go through
Nice
that.
thing is you can backtrack on it, can't you? Yeah.
So I've captured the first one, capture that one through, and then through the 2.
And so will you do one more gem then?
I'll
just
do one more gem.
Just so we can see how that's
so that
brought
comes in. So
this is fascinating. For a lot of people, this will be something that they'll really want to try.
This is fabulous to work with. We
Isn't
could do
it?
with longer bits, but you could attach, no problem.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to bring the gem in.
Okay.
The gem's in.
The gem's in. You're wrapping round.
Now I forgot to capture the stitch there.
Okay, so you've caught your stitch.
Yes,
and now you've got
the gem's
gem.
misbehaving, so I wanted to capture this stitch first. Capture the stitch.
Then let the gem in.
Capture the thread with the gem in.
Yeah.
Whoops. Go through. 1. Go through. Whoops. 2. Now, when I lay it out like this, you'll see the pattern that comes over here. That was the starting point, and the gems are kind of held in between these 2 rows. And then when it's finished, you just sort of move them around a little bit.
Just like that. And
then when you get to the end, you literally just knot it if you wanted.
For those of you who are money conscious, if you tried to make this kit by yourself, it would cost you £46. You would have to pay £46 to make this. That's with your sterling silver. That's with your sterling silver and with all of your gemstones. Don't forget you're getting feature gemstones here. You've got your banded green agate, you've got those beautiful warm colours of the red agate, and you've got your frosted black onyx. You've got all of that with the I'm going to keep on telling you, sterling silver findings. You've got your wire. I mean, let's not forget the wire as well. You've got 10 metres of your wire. You've got that glorious waxed cord. Plus you've also got all of the coloured beading thread, all for £24.95. You should be paying over £45 if you were trying to make this by yourself. We are giving you for £94.95, less than £25. I mean, that is one heck of an offer. That really is an amazing opportunity. You haven't picked up the phone, then you're going to have to right now on that one. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. Join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. That's a fantastically inspired technique.
Yeah, it takes a while before you can see how the pattern's working.
But it really, really does show you. See what I mean by it looks like spaghetti, but there's an order to the spaghetti.
Yes.
It really does have that lovely movement
organised
to it.
Spaghetti.
Absolutely
technique.
Gorgeous. It is organised spaghetti. Who knew that that's what we were going to do on Jewellery Maker today? We've got the Wall of Fame for you right now. It's all about you. (114) is Suein Wallacey, and she says, "Hi, Oral Jewellery Maker. This is my entry to the Wall of Fame. It is a simple weave necklace and bracelet made with amethyst faceted round, rose amethyst nuggets, shell pearl and shell shapes. From a kit I got last year. Has work on your new studio just stopped, as I've not heard any banging lately?" Well, actually, it's happening 2 studios down. So you probably can't hear the banging and crashing at the moment. It's because there's another studio being built 2 studios down. So once that's done, then you'll definitely hear banging and crashing again. I don't know whether that's good news or bad news, Sue, but you're definitely going to hear it shortly. I think it's happening at the end of September. We're going to get our turn with the banging and crashing. Woohoo! You've got.
I got 115. Now, if you have a look at this, this is the different use of
gorgeous
ribbon, is it? This is from Kate from Hazelmere. A very good morning to all the presenters, designers and crew that make JM such a success. I have become so inspired since watching your programme, and it has literally changed my life. Here is my latest entry for the Wall of Fame, a trio of memory wire bracelets using the JM organza ribbon and faceted shell pearls, so you like them. I mean, that's a very nice way of using the ribbon.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Scrunch it together, and that gives it another dynamic.
It does just add a little bit of it.
Like the knotting.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Glorious. And I'm going to say hello to 116, and that's Diane in Lincolnshire. This is my first entry to the Wall of Fame. Feel very nervous for some reason. Well, don't be, Diane, because this is fantastic combination. She says, "I love making jewellery, been doing so for many years. Love watching the show and picking up great ideas from the guest designers. I've made a few pairs of earrings and 3 bracelets using the shell pearl from Jewellery Maker clearance sale, and added my own gold and silver findings from my stash. One of the pairs of earrings I've made my own ear wires using copper wire from my collection. Will be great to see my picture on TV," and that's Diane. Love it. She says she would like you to know that she was originally from Redditch. Good lass.
Oh.
That's where our studios are for those who are watching. And finally,
113. This is lovely chain work.
Lovely.
They really like chain work. Please find. Oh, this is from Karen from Crawley, West Sussex. Please find the attached necklace, which is a simple chain with kyanite. I adore kyanite. Rough chips. I've had to do an emergency repair where I did not make the loops tight enough, but otherwise it's light and easy to wear necklace. Love the show and the inspiration. This can happen when you're doing chain work. It's not unusual that you might have to go back and just do a little tweak here and there. That's part of making handmade chains.
and that looks glorious.
And the kyanite. Wow.
Congratulations,
What
that is
can
a
we say about
beautiful
kyanite.
Well,
Fab.
It is, it's an amazing gemstone, and that just displays it beautifully,
113.
doesn't it? Congratulations. We have, coming your way, one extra special offer. I know there's a lot of people waiting for those feature pearls, but there's just as much people interested in this strand of distinction. I gave the game away a little bit. Sorry about that scratch in my hand. I gave the game away a little bit earlier on because we brought to you the pink amethyst, and we brought it to you for $12.95. And I said, if you like that price, you're going to really, really like the price of this feature strand. Coming your way, we are bringing you this feature strand of distinction for less than £10. Yes, I've said it. Keep watching. A strand of distinction for less than £10.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, Coloured Rocks Limited, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF. Good luck and happy jewellery making.
Jewellery Maker is such a fun channel to watch, even if you're not buying anything. The presenters and the guest designers are absolutely fabulous. I also love it because it's given me a common interest with my sister. We live a long way apart and we are very completely different in our outlook on life, and we now have something that we can converse with and we both enjoy.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
Watto, join Vicki and Hannah Roxbury on Friday the 14th of September as we're having a 1940s retro day. Learn all the styles and design tips as we recreate jewellery from this iconic time. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Less than £10. Strand of distinction, the ultimate here at Jewellery Maker. I've got to just show you this. I've got to show you this against the black backdrop, because I tell you what, it is the ultimate. I'm going to keep on telling you less than £10. I'm going to keep on telling you because there'll be a lot of people who've watched us from the very beginning at Jewellery Maker when we first started and gone, no, she's made a mistake. That Vix has made a mistake today because she doesn't do this. We don't do this on Strand of Distinction. Yes, we do. If we can do it, if we get a great deal, you get a great deal. The reason I've worked here for so long is because why would I go somewhere else when perhaps they don't have the same morals or the same principles that we have? Here at Jewellery Maker, here with our genuine gemstone company, we say to you, if we get a good deal on something, you will get that good deal. If we get something to offer, you'll get something to offer, and that's what you've got with this one. I assure you, outside of this offer, I can't honour this price tag. I won't honour this price tag, but right now, I've got it available for you for less than £10. A strand of distinction. I've got people literally chomping at the bit on those phone lines. I appreciate that you're there. Thank you very much. Be patient and we will bring you the ultimate opportunity to join us and own this magnificent strand, and it is delectable. Lemon quartz, faceted rondelles, the glistening shimmer. There are phone lines that are literally beating with people on those lines now. If you want to join us, the numbers at the bottom of the screen, once you've dialed, we'll process your call as fast as we can. Straight down to $9.95, less than £10. Whoop whoop, can I have a whoop whoop, can I have a whoop whoop? Oh yes, strand of distinction, $9.95, less than £10. It's there for the taking. Please be patient on those lines, there's a queue of around about a minute already. And I've only just introduced the price, less than £10. I mean, it's all about the freshness, it's all about the quality, it's all about that beautiful femininity. Hold the lines to comfort. You hang up, you miss out. I'm sorry, we won't ring you back. But if you keep a phone in your hand, it's yours for the taking. Congratulations to you for less than £10. You've got 30 carats. That's a strand of distinction. The overall impact is about the glamorous sophistication, internal beauty with external glorious lustrous impact, and yours for £9.95. Congratulations to you. Make sure if you're processing on the website that you check out your basket. Don't just put into your basket. Please don't expect to have that available to you. If you forget to process your call, if you forget to process your basket now, you could lose out on this altogether. That would not be a good idea. Please make sure if you've got this in your basket, check it out now so I know you've definitely got it. I can't honour this price tag, I can't honour this offer. And those people who are watching, who I know we're all cynics, I know we all, part of us are probably always looking for the, well, why would they do that? You're right, why would we do that? But the simple facts are, we want you to come back to us, we want you to be part of our team, right? We are only as successful as the people who are watching us. And the simple facts are, is if we get a great offer, if we can get a great deal, right? Yes, we could have charged you, what, £20 for this. We could have charged £15 for this and still have made much more money than we needed to. The simple facts are is that we don't do that because we want you to trust us, and for us to turn around to you and say, this is it, it's a strand of distinction, it's great quality, but we got a great price, so you're going to get that great price. Therefore, you know you're going to come to us and expect great offers, great opportunities. I've got a lot of people on those lines still waiting to be processed. Thank you very much for your patience. You're investing your time, not your money, with us on those phone lines. It is a free phone number that you're dialing, 0800 644 655. Join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com, and just remind you, this is happening right here, right now. Outside of this offer, I can't honour this price tag again. Outside of this deal, once this quantity is allocated, I can't guarantee you'll get a price for a strand of distinction like this for £9.95, because I don't know how the evolution of our processing of buying will happen. I can't guarantee this is going to always take place. Make the most of it while we've got it. And I say that because I've seen in the past, while I've presented, you know, one year I've been able to get something like Russian dioxide. We have sometimes the flourish of Russian dioxide where we can get you a great price, and then other times Russian dioxide is impossible to get hold of, and therefore the price is skyrocketing. It's the simple facts of it's not being stamped out by a machine in a factory, so it's not going to have the same price point. It's actually about Mother Nature's sourcing. We're sourcing from the ground. We're literally are dictated by how easy or how difficult it is to get hold of at that time. Therefore, we can't always honour £9.95 as that price point. We'd like to be able to, but we can't. Hold those lines to confirm. Still buys on the lines. Less than £10 is all you pay on that strand of distinction. That is a blinder of an offer. And if you've not bought from us before, but you're interested in making your first purchase, this one, what a way to begin. What a way. You know your stuff and you are beginning in style. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 30 days to see if this is right for you. If it's not right, you can send it back. If it's not right, it can be money back into your account. No questions asked, no quibble, money-back guarantee. £9.95 is all you pay. Lemon quartz, faceted rondelles, 4x2mm, £9.95. It's all in the quality. It's on that strand of distinction. With a tenner in your hand, look at what you're buying. With just a tenner in your hand, look what you're buying. Extraordinary. Congratulations to you. I'm in limited stock on this one now, limited availability. Congratulations if you have got that. Still available though, so if you haven't already confirmed, stay there on those lines and we're processing your call. And please check out your baskets. Whatever you do today, don't forget to check out your basket on that one, otherwise you could miss out altogether. I've got something to tell you. In the little break, which wasn't that so little, it was a couple of minutes, which meant I could actually have a drink of water, which was always a bonus. We had a phone call. Well, you know that Paula doesn't often get involved in what's going on live on air. Paula is our boss, right? I often talk about Ed getting involved. He's our manager. He's our, you know, he kind of controls on one level. Paula is way above, okay? Paula is literally way above. Not to demean Ed standing in the business. So's Ed. I didn't mean to make it like that, but I just mean that if there's going to be one supremo, the only person is Paula. Paula literally is the head of Jewellery Maker. She doesn't normally get involved in what's happening on a live show, and for us, for her to get involved in pricing, it is just an ultimate bonus. I mean, it is a massive bonus. So she got involved in our last kit. She slashed it from $29 to $21.95. 29. We were going to take it to 24. Paula slashed it to $21.95. That was Paula's decision. She's back again. Guess who's back? Back again. Paula's back, Paula's back, Paula's back. She'll be like that. What are you singing? What are you singing? I was trying to rap there. Did you like that? Did you like that? Hey, Paula's back and she's back with a bang. Yeah, Paula's back and she's bringing you cloud. Cloud busting. Yes, busting. I'm busting those moves today. Oh, 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 oh. No? No. On my own there then. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the support. Thanks, bud. Right. I'm just going to tell you that Paula has made a decision, right? Because we brought this into you. This was the first kit of the day, wasn't it? It was the first kit of the day. It was very well received. Now I'm going to say to you that all the people who have already bought this, right? The price that you paid earlier on is not the price that you're going to pay now, okay? But for those people who've already purchased it, you're going to pay the same price, okay? Everybody gets the same price. We will sort it out for you with our call centre. They are aware of this, that Paul has made a decision, and the call centre are readjusting because you're not going to pay the price that it was meant to be and was, because we put it on air. We put it on air at a brilliant price tag, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
But Paula's she's on a mission today. Yeah. Paula is on a mission. And that mission is price slashing. Because you are getting here a combination of your blue banded agate that feature smoky quartz frosted faceted rondelles and that white quartz puffy coins. The royal blues against that agate are just exceptionally gorgeous. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to put that in your shot. I was just wanting to move that combination. All of this with your memory wire as well. Don't forget 14 coils of memory. I mean, B made just that bracelet from 5 gemstones, just 5 gemstones. I think it was 10 crimp beads and 3 coils.
3 coils. Mm.
So you've got so much potential from this kit. Sterling silver. And the reason that I'm more perturbed that we're going to take this price lower is not just based on the gemstones, but based on the price of sterling silver right now. And I don't think that we're appreciating how much silver is costing in the jewelry industry right now. I think we're being absolutely, I think we're swimming against the tide, because the tide is pushing this way for the price of silver and we're swimming exact opposite. We're dropping the price of this cloud busting jewelry kit. When I say we, Paula has made a decision. All hail Paula Bennett. That's what I'm going to say. I'll go up into the production room. I promise you that's exactly what I shall do. I may even need to get the fan and do this on her and feed her some grapes. That's what I'm thinking. She's like some kind of Roman emperor today for me. You look in here, and already was a brilliant price tag. The price you did pay was $27.95. We were chuffed with that. We were pleased with that. But I tell you what, look at the quality of the gate. Look at the quality of the smoky quartz. And then forget $27.95, and Paula comes in and says slash it to $24. Live on air, right? We bring you a price. halfway through the show, in fact 3/4 of the way through the show, we slash it. $24.95. We've got it stocking available. If you want to join us on this one at $24.95, now is the time to buy. Now is the time to react. For those of you who bought at $27.95, the good news is we've already organised the price for you. You are paying $24.95 as well. The saving that you've made is literally just gone back into your pocket, okay? Everybody pays the same price of $24.95. Your cloud-busting jewellery kit, including 43 pieces of solid sterling silver. The quality of those blues, the quality of the additional findings, the sterling silver, the memory wire, the blue thread, all of that is going to make a difference to your jewellery making. All of this for $24.95. Our Paula, our PB, is on a mission. She's on a PB. She's on a personal best. Paula Bennett is on a personal... Did you get that? Did you get it? No. Okay. I needed to not say that as well. I needed to not rap. Not do that PB. Yeah. I need... Apparently, I needed to rap. The rap was fine, but I needed a little bit of busting the moves as well. But I thought that might take it beyond. You know, I've got children to think of. You know, I don't want to mess with their minds too much. That strand of feature pearls is still to come within the next 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes is all you have to wait for this strand. I can't tell you how many responses we've had on this, how many people have spoken to us about this amazing strand. I mean, even the ladies who have come in for the course today, who are doing the intermediate wire work course with Laura Binding, they've been into the studio, and I tell you what, at least I think there was 6 or 7 ladies came into the studio, of which I would say at least 6 of them said they wanted this strand of pearls. So that just goes to show how delightful it is. It's an extremely, extremely exciting strand. Congratulations if you get this one. As I say, about 10 minutes time. 10 minutes time. I brought to you earlier on the chalcopyrite in the big rounds, and very well received. Lots of people delighting in the fact that we're adding a new gemstone to your gem collection, because I think when you buy at Jewellery Maker, it's not just about jewellery making. I think that because you're getting genuine gemstones, you're actually becoming gem collectors at the same time. I think perhaps it's almost a subsidiary. It's perhaps not something that you expected, but it's become part of your jewellery making experience, that you're collecting genuine gemstones from us as well. So it's really rather nice to add on a little bit of a brand new gemstone. First time I presented it today, and I'm now bringing you another strand. So we did the larger 14mm rounds earlier on, and now we bring these gorgeous donuts. These red chalcopyrite donuts are 31mm. You're talking nearly 600 carats. They are weighty. They really are weighty. Probably I would reflect the weight based on the same type of weighting you'd expect from pyrite itself. It's got that similar weight beyond it. The shape is so nice. It exposes the pattern and the print of the stone. I mean, Aztec's been very, very big in the past probably 6 to 9 months, but it's extending into the autumn-winter collections. You know, the Aztec, or that richness of pattern and print coming through in your clothing. Well, you can reflect that into your costume jewellery, or alternatively, why go costume jewellery when you can go genuine gemstones and get that feature without having to break the bank. And that's something that we really pride ourselves here at Jewellery Maker. As you've seen with those strands of distinction today, don't need to break the bank to get quality, that's for sure. Now, exposed to oxygen, the oxidization of this gemstone is what gives it its mottled effect. You get a plum or a rich burgundy mixed alongside those golden flecks. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I've already got people buying into and add it to your order situation. And as I say, if I just get the 14mm rounds and put them, if you got that 3-strand pack with the 14mm, look at how complementary that is as a combination. Can we get a touch closer just to see how those patterns and prints work together? Now the 3-strand pack that we brought you earlier on with the Botswana agate and the white quartz with the big rounds, that was $17.95. I know we've got some left in stock, not a huge amount, but I do have a few left in stock. So if you do want, I mean, they just work so beautifully together. I'll show you size for the centers, but you might want to work them in like that. Can you see that? They do work rather nicely. They would sit on top of the donut, but they would cushion into the actual like kind of curve. Can you see that there? Or what about something like just getting your pyrite, you know, your pyrite rounds and getting them sat into the center of your donuts to add to the golden flecks? That would be glorious, wouldn't it? Right. That's not where we're stopping with this 3-strand offer though. I mean, I feel like I want to just keep talking about this gemstone because it is new and it is exciting to get something different in your gem collection. But it's not where we stop, so I will move on. And I'm going to move on. You've got a 3-strand offer. I've got to probably do this one by itself because it's colour. Is it Zambian? It's got to be Zambian. Is it? Let's find out. Oh, I'm right. It's Zambian. I'm not surprised by that. How do you tell Zambian? Well, because of the colour. Different locations of gemstones often bring you different shades of colour from a gem. Often is the case if you go to Zambia, you're going to go for fresh purples. You're going to go for really lovely, rich, but still very fresh. It's very similar to actually Zambian emerald, because Zambian emerald has got this vivaciousness, a real vibrancy of colour as well. So you've got that here. It's a luscious strand. We've got quite a lot of people asking for the smaller size gemstones at the moment. Wall of Fame going on there. We have a few people texting in regularly saying more of the smaller stones, please. I know we do big dramatic stones, but you also like the smaller, more delicate, so you can do perhaps things like beady beads, or perhaps you want to do some more intricate wire work. You could certainly do that. That beautiful Zambian amethyst would go very nicely with that strand of distinction, you know. Oh, yes please. Yes please. I mean, that is absolutely glorious, isn't it? I kind of would add the quartz in as well, do you know? I would let the lemon quartz in. I'd do that. That's a beautiful flavour of colour, isn't it? Right, if you've got that strand of distinction, then you need to get this 3-strand pack. If you're going to get the 3-strand pack, you need to get that strand of distinction. It's the one, they kind of go hand in hand. I still have Vicki on, have I got just about availability? Okay, I just have, so if you want them, they're still available. If you want them, you need to get them sooner rather than later. So that Zambian amethyst, plus on top of that, we're also going to bring you your double drilled black onyx in your frosted faceted squares. It's 8mm double drilled, 120 carats in that strand. I like the matte finish of this. It adds a little bit more of a richness and intensity. Really adds a bit more drama, more depth to the design that you're going to create. Whether you're going to put them together or whether you're going to work them as separate entities, it's up to you. But all I will say is this is going to be a real collaborative opportunity. Your amazing chalcopyrite donuts working with your black onyx double drilled squares with your Zambian amethyst plain rounds in the 4mm. Each strand less than $5. I mean, that's even better than the last 3-strand pack that we did with the chalcopyrite. Oh my goodness me, less than $5 a strand. What? Would that be less than $5? No. Less than £5. I mean, phenomenal opportunity, extraordinary chance. I mean, the glistening, shimmering quality. And I really do think, imagine that with a pyrite centerpiece, that would just be brand new for me to present to you. And I am taking such pride in offering this one strand. You're looking here at nearly 600 carats for less than $5. I mean, you might want to break this down as pendants. You might want to look at this as a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, what, 13 pendants you're looking at on this strand. You might get more, you might get more, you might get less. I can't guarantee because it's an average, but at least 13 I'm looking at here, and that's less than $5. What's 13 into £5? That's hard. That's hard, isn't it? So it's got to be 25, 35, 20, no, it's got to be less than 30 pence. Is it less than, am I right? Is it less than 30 pence? 26? Oh, I was right. 26 pence a pendant. 26 pence. Come on, you can't get synthetics for that kind of pricing these days. Awesome, utterly awesome price. $14.95 for all 3 strands. Congratulations, huge congratulations. 0800 644 655. If you're still there on the lines, we can see you there and we're processing your call. If you're joining us on the web, congratulations to you. Don't forget to check out tonight. If you don't, today even, if you forget to check out in an hour, you lose out this offer, and I can't honour this price any other time than right now. $14.95 is all you pay. Congratulations to you. Absolutely glorious. Now then. We are 1 offer away. I'm going to tell you I've got 5 minutes to go. It's nearly 12:30. If you're watching on the repeats, whatever time it is, 12:30 something, sure. Ish. And this is probably the ultimate pearl strand we have ever had here at Jewellery Maker. The ultimate size, the ultimate quality. It is a delight to be able to present. It's 3 times the size of a standard pearl. I mean, that is ridiculously exciting on my behalf, and you've got the chance to own it in just 5 minutes time. Now that 5 minutes is full of loveliness. It's full of excitement, because I'm going to say to you, green tiger's eye. I can't even remember the last time I presented it. Honestly, I've done tiger's eye, I know I have, and I've done multicoloured tiger's eye. So I did that last night, and I only had, I think it was miss it, miss out, so I only had like something like 10 or 15 in stock. But green tiger's eye, I don't recall the last time I brought it to you. But I'm not going to forget this one, because this is a beauty of a strand. An absolute beauty of a strand. You're looking here at those fresh greens against a really deep, dark forest green. It's got this fantastic chatoyancy. You've got that real lovely, lovely lightness splitting through the darkness. Absolutely magnificent. The cat's eye effect is actually an internal phenomena that we reap the rewards externally. What happens inside the stone is that there's little tiny inclusions, sometimes almost rutile, splinter-like inclusions. Those inclusions are basically what form the split of light through the stone. So the light starts to penetrate, and as it does, it splits, and it splits right down. And often is the case, it splits right down. Oh, okay, I'm already going to tell you limited stock. This is a limited edition offer. I don't have huge amounts. I mean limited availability straight away. It's brand new bundle, but it's limited stock straight away. It's a bundle that we've made because we know you're going to like it, but we haven't got huge amounts to go around. So you've got your green tiger's eye. That's the treat. Then the treat continues with your green aventurine, solid sterling silver 9-inch chain. If I'd said to you emerald, you wouldn't question me now, would you? Because that is as close to emerald glow as you go. Because of course aventurine has its aventurescence, it has that internal glow about it, whereas this has that glow, but it's aventurine rather than emerald. I mean, it's almost impossible to identify the difference, and that's from somebody, myself, who's worked with gemstones of both aventurine and emerald for many years, and even I'm looking at that going, gosh, it would be very difficult to distinguish. That combination is fantastic, isn't it? That warmth of colour, that freshness that you're getting. We're adding to this. This bundle is good. This bundle is seriously good, because we're not stopping. Just check this out. Double drilled cracked quartz, frosted faceted squares. Whew. Yes, I've said it. Double drilled, frosted faceted squares in your 12 faceted squares. This is adding that, almost that icing on the cake, because you've got that silhouette effect where the green becomes exciting because the whites are making it even more rich. You've got that real collapse. Now you might look at this combination and go, no, I'm not going to work those together. I'm going to put this, I'm going to go do the tiger's eye with against a black backdrop, or I'm going to work it with some emerald, or you know, you've already got your ideas, but we're putting these together because they really do have that lovely complementary combination. But we're adding again. Oh yes, we're going with this fantastic double chain. Hang on. What about this? What about this? A metre of aluminium, double of it. Now the simple facts are this has that Italian inspiration. The simple fact is that the moment that you look at this chain is that you go to Dior, you go Gucci, you go Louis Vuitton. The big chains, the big links, those big bold designs in chain is massive in Italian jewellery, right? I mean, don't mind to the idea of this being in jewellery. You could imagine like nice simple handbag chain. You could imagine this being a feature. I mean, you've got to think outside the box with chain like this, because you could keep yourself within the range of jewellery making, or you could go out and out with this type of jewellery chain to really expose yourself to something. I mean, even a feature belt, you know. If I just showed you that, that would look actually really rather cool with what I've got on. Hang on, let me just make me board. See what I mean? How nice would that look? Just with this outfit, just to add a little bit of style, just have that little drop, and can you see that movement? I have got very tall, obviously, and I am standing on a box, just so you know. I'm not really that tall, but you can see just how versatile, very Italian, very, very Italian jewellery that you're looking at here. Now, don't forget, from the very beginning of this bundle, we started with your green tie. Then we're adding your aventurine solid sterling silver chain. Then we add on that cracked quartz. Then we add on the aluminium double loop chain. You're getting this look. It's limited stock, and you're getting it all for $19.95. It's less than 20. Italian inspired. Tiger's eye, plus that solid sterling silver chain, and your addition of your for $19.95. 0800 644 655. That is an incredible price offer. There is so much potential from this bundle. There is so much unique look. All of this for $19.95. The good news is that you've got workable jewellery at your fingertips. You have got style, you have got Italian detail, you have got quality colours, less than £20. 0800 644 655. Join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. As I say, for me, when you look at things like this, you've got to always think about what you like, but then always push your boundaries. And pushing your boundaries is really exciting when it comes to this type of, certainly the chain, because it is something different. It is something workable into lots of different styles. And it is already cut for you so that you could open up. You might have seen a couple of weeks ago, you can just open these up, and I could do that for you now. Open them up, and you can remove, so you have a single chain like that. And you could create something really special just from that single look. You could perhaps do a feature pendant and do some, like Laura Binding did, do some nice clustering within your gemstones. I mean, you could cluster your tiger's eye against there. If you clustered your tiger's eye into that, that would look magnificent, wouldn't it? All of this for less than £20. Of course, I'm talking about the look, but actually I should be talking about the gemstones for this price point. You're aventurine. I'm in restricted stock, and I'm now into the teens in quantity. I'm in the teens. Quantity versus opportunity. You've got to be quick if you want this one now. Tiger's eye and your solid sterling silver aventurine. What, those is less than £10 each. Sounds good to me. Plus, of course, you've got that white quartz, which adds on that backdrop to highlight just how gloriously rich those colours are in those two gemstones, and all of this for less than £20. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. Once you dial, we'll process your call as fast as we can. We can join you on the web as well at www.jewellerymaker.com. Congratulations. Absolutely magnificent, that. I mean, that just loveliness. I feel like we need like some kind of dum 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 dum, like, because we need like cameras going do 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 do, and then like kind of I'm looking at that, you know, that's how excited I am about this. What we actually have is this. That's it. But it's simple and effective. Again, I know. Can I tell you now, the moment I've just put this in front of me, I have got 20 people on the phone lines. I've literally just brought the pearls in and I got 20 people on the lines. I've showed you right at the very beginning of the show. It was one of the first things I showed you at the beginning of the show. I had to do it twice because the mic closed on us. The mic wasn't up on the very beginning of the show, so I showed you it twice. This is ridiculously exciting. This is phenomenally exciting because I know how low we can go on the price. If you like the look of this, I will make you a promise. And I don't make promises I can't keep. I've lived my life so far by treating people as I want to be treated myself, okay? So my biggest thing is that I'll only make a promise that I can actually keep. I am making you a promise right now. When you see this price tag, you will want to buy this. You really will want to buy this. This is a price tag that I cannot get my head round. I cannot process why we're doing it this low. Because we can do price points that we can do great price points on pearls. We can do great price points, fact, right? If you've watched us before, you know we can do great pearl prices. This is, for me, the largest that I've ever brought to you, and yet the price tag is not reflecting that at all. The price point is not related to that at all. 10 by 12 millimeter, 11 by 14 millimeter range. Let me hold this out totally so you can see literally the true magnificence of this strand. I'm going to just, believe it or not, I'm going to shut up. Somebody's saying, thank goodness for that. If I do this, and I just let you enjoy it, I'm just going to say to you, watch when the price comes in, the quantity is not going to be enough. Get ready. You are about to receive white cultured pearls, 10 to 14 millimeter for $14.95. I make promises when I know I can stick to them, and that is a fulfillment of a promise. $14.95 is all you pay. Congratulations, what an offer. The number to dial is at the bottom of the screen. It is a free phone number. It's a free phone number because you're going to have to spend time on us, right? We are going to process your call in strict rotation, but there are big queues. Of course, there's going to be queues because of the price tag we've just brought to you. A phenomenal chance to make a huge difference to your jewellery collection. The quality. Now, I'm going to say to you now, if you have put this into your basket, if you don't check out, you will lose out on this one. You will not get this offer again within this strand, right? You cannot expect us to bring this back to you because it's going to be a sellout. If you don't buy it on the web right now, if you've put it into your basket, if you don't want to miss out, you need to check out on your basket right now. I've got people on the lines who will buy this, so with that in mind, please check out. $14.95 is all you pay. I'm being really, really straight with you. And I'm saying to the people who have picked up the phone now, if you've hit an engage tone, if you're going beep, 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 that's because there's a lot of people who've picked up the phone at the same time as you. You need to put the phone down and redial. Once you've got through to us, once you've got through to our voice that goes, hello and welcome to, please just stay on the lines and we're processing your call as fast as we can. It is a free phone number for a reason. We know that you're going to have to just give us a little bit of patience on those phone lines. You're investing your time, not your money, because it's a free phone number from a BT landline. $14.95 is all you pay, less than £15. It just looks so classic, doesn't it? But big and classic. You know, pearls are classics. Average 5 to 6 millimeter. You're getting pretty much what? Double, triple that in this strand. It's amazing, isn't it, to think of it that way? Yours for the taking. Congratulations to you. A huge, huge opportunity that has been reaped. Really reaped the rewards. Congratulations. Glorious, glorious look. Oh, I love my job. I love that I get to be able to bring this to you for that price point. I really do enjoy my job like that. At $14.95 is all you pay, less than £15. Now, just look at that. Look at that beautiful movement. Look at that gorgeous shimmering quality. It just doesn't get much better than that now, does it? It just does not get much better than that. Huge congratulations. I've still got queues on the lines. I still have people holding on the lines right now, so I've got some good, decent queues there. But we see you there and we're still processing your call. Massive congratulations to you. Hold those lines to confirm. It is a free phone number, of course. I've got to keep saying to you, if you've put this in your basket, you have to check out, otherwise you'll miss out, okay? I've been really straight with you there. It's better for me to be straight with you. You will miss out if you don't check out. That's how it should be. You will miss out if you don't check out. I don't know why I've suddenly gone all down with myself. I've never been down in my life. Yeah. $14.99. You want to hear the comments in my ear. They're very, very, very to me. Right, I'm moving on. I'm into limited stock, am I? Okay, I'm in limited stock, but please stay where you are on those phone lines because we are processing your call. Do you want me to stick with this one, guys, or can we move on? What do you thinking? You're happy to move on? Okay, but we do still see you there, right? We do still know that you're waiting on those phone lines for that offer. We see you there. We're processing your call. Congratulations if you get it. Right, straight on to, where can I go? Shall we go here? Shall we go here? Well, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Again, we're looking at Zambian amethyst, and we've talked already about the quality of Zambian amethyst in the last couple of offers. The simple facts is that when you start to locate gemstones throughout the globe, different locations will have different prominence and different prestige. For example, if you were buying sapphire, the ultimate location is Ceylon, or that's now Sri Lanka. If you were buying, say, for example, an emerald, you probably would prefer to go either to Colombia or to Zambia. For many of a collector, that's the locations to source from. For amethyst, the traditional location was actually probably Uruguayan. That was where it was really at the heart, probably about 10 years ago. That's where the big source of some of the finest amethyst was coming from. And a little bit like emerald these days, Zambia has suddenly gone, hang on a minute, hang on, not anymore. You don't need to go to South America. You need to come to me, Zambia, because the quality of Zambian amethyst certainly gives you that intensity and that integrity that you would associate to some of the finest Brazilian and some of the finest Uruguayan amethyst that there is on the planet right now. This is true grade quality amethyst, the richness, the saturation of colour. And you'll often grade a gemstone, say for example the likes of tanzanite, you grade a tanzanite based on its saturation of colour, whether you get that intensity of the violets, the blues and the pinks if it's tanzanite. Same principle on amethyst within this range, within this range of grading it as classified amethyst. Then you want the deep purples, you know, those really rich purples. It would be different if you were talking about something like a Rose de France amethyst, or you know, that we do lavender amethyst, or we've done pink amethyst. That's totally different. This is your purest form of colour of amethyst. It's the deep purples. Just take a look at this strand. Maybe I should do that first so you can see that single strand. You're looking here, your 8mm plain rounds of Zambian amethyst, then matched alongside your frosted faceted amethyst from these puffy coins. Those are 14mm. Then you're also getting your cracked quartz faceted puffy coins. Those are 12mm, and you're getting all of this look for one price. That one price is $21.95. Now, if you want to break that down, that's what, just over £7 a strand. I would like you to try and find anything like this strand of amethyst, just this one strand of amethyst for £21, let alone £7. I can't believe that you would be able to find anything like. What's the carat weight on that one strand I'm talking about here? What, nearly 200 carats in this one strand? I can't believe that you'd be able to get this quality of colour in genuine amethyst. We're not talking synthetic, genuine Zambian amethyst. I can't believe you'd be able to get anything like this for £21.95. But seriously, would you get this for £7.30, is it? Something like that, £7.30 each strand that you're looking at there. Congratulations to you. Magnificent price point. Really, really magnificent. Congratulations to her if you got that look. If you got that offer, that is a treat and a half. £21.95 is all you pay. Now then, it takes us perfectly to the challenge, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because who's been a busy lady?
Busy. Yeah.
And in a beautiful, beautiful combination of jewellery. This must have been really exciting to work with, I can tell.
Yes, it was the Druzy that did it though.
Was it?
Yeah, and then I found some pink wire down there, so I was in seventh heaven.
Just look at this ring. That's exactly what we were talking about, weren't we? I mean, that was exactly what we were talking about, using that Druzy as a feature to a solitaire.
Once you said it, you know, I had to really do it then.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate it, I really do. But then you've done the same principle with your earrings as well. And it's like a double wrap, really,
it's a double
isn't
wrap.
it?
Yes,
and are you going to give us a chance to show you, can you quickly show us how to do it?
I can indeed.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Have we got a Druzy hand? Because I've used them all, they should be.
There we go. Got one handy. Lovely jubbly.
And
you want the wire, madam? Is that the wire or is it that one?
This one.
Yeah. Okay. Bee's just going to quickly show you how to do this technique, because it's almost like a wrap, but it's a really, really effective way of being able to almost surround and frame your gemstones. And then, as you can see there, and I could imagine just a simple evening dress and just having the glitz and glamour from that Druzy with then just a flavour of pink just to add in that unique. Now the Druzy was coming in, you've got 6 within the bundle. You've got 2 of the larger, 1 pink, 1 black, and then you've got 4 of the smaller, 2 black, 2 pink within this. $14.95. Now they were 14 and 10mm, those Druzy. They're exquisite, aren't they? Absolutely exquisite. Right. So
find the hole. I'm going to push that through. Thank you. I've got enough space here that will form the back and the fasten. It's an all-in-one.
Okay. So you're going to do enough so that it will wrap in and around.
So that's fine. That's locked in now.
Okay.
And it's all done with fingers. Now this happens to be 0.8.
Okay.
But you can use 0.1. 0.1, 0.8, 0.6 are okay. 0.4
Do you mean
a little
1
soft.
mil? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you can use the thicker,
Yes.
but you're going with the one down from that, the 0.8
The one,
that we have.
0.8,
Okay.
yes. And
oh, look at that.
this is just holding, and the hand is turning. Then I'm back to the beginning, so I go under that one, and I've got a lot of tension on this. Okay, so it stays put. And what I usually do is 2 turns, and I usually cut just at the point where I came through. But just to be different here, I've done 3 turns. Because the Druzy's got the depth, it will take it. So it's this nice depth here that will allow me to go 3 times now. I'm just going to pull that one out of the way. And there's still this tension being pulled to keep it all together. So the round ones are brilliant to do. If it's a square one, I then tend to turn the corners with the flat pliers.
Okay.
So I'm now back, and I'm going to overlap just beyond that point. And cut it, just there. Okay, bend it over, bend it back, trim it off.
Look at that.
Done.
Gosh, that's brilliant. Just like that.
Just like that.
That's amazing.
The Druzy
isn't it?
are made to be wrapped like that. The round ones will work, and so will the Druzy.
And what you've done as well is you use the smoky quartz as well.
Yeah, now that's a bit of an experiment because it's quite
you,
a big stone.
That smoky quartz is magnificent. I've told you that at the beginning of the show, and I tell you what, I'm going to say it again. That smoky quartz is, for me, as a gem lover, and I think you probably get, if you've watched me before, I love my gemstones.
Yeah.
That is bedazzling quality, isn't it? And that, to set it as a solitaire, does it absolute justice?
Yeah, it's the right size, the right shape. So doing it as a stud, it's a bit, it might just be a bit heavy.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I just think that looks phenomenal.
There is a point when this won't work.
Yes.
And it's because the bead is either maybe too big or too heavy.
But that works for me. I think that really does work.
The interesting thing about the little ring is the shape of it.
Oh, you've just gone that nice extension.
So it went round, I had an extra piece on here and an extra piece, and that one came up, and it's only jammed in there, and the other end is jammed in there. It literally is held on by
How good is that, though?
Yes, I might have to reinforce it, though. Yeah, put it on your little...
Oh, no, it probably will fit my...
Well, it might fall apart.
No, not at all. Oh, that silly thing. I've been doing me gardening, and I've been... you know what I'm like. And when I got gardeners, the moment there's something lethal is going to happen.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Now, that 3-strand pack comprised of the smoky quartz, is all I'm going to say, the most exquisite smoky quartz. They were 10 by 14 mil. Then on top of that, it also came with the rose quartz. Those rose quartz are
gorgeous, aren't they?
Delightful. Beautiful against the Druzy. I mean, just goes so nicely.
Well, yeah.
And then on top of that, you also got the Robles wood as well. And you got all of that for $14.95. That smoky quartz, I could charge you for $14.95 myself. I would happily do that. But I don't need to. You get 3 strands for less than £15. So that smoky quartz came in at less than £5 a strand.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is genuinely incredible.
What was the name of this very tiny one again?
Oh, the lavender amethyst.
Yes.
And can you see what if I hold this up because it's properly?
It's nearly a little winged creature. It's heading there.
Can you see the little butterfly? Now, the strand of distinction that we're talking about here is this lavender amethyst. Now, we were talking, and I said, look. If you wanted to be like savvy with your money and you were thinking about doing a stall or selling your jewellery and you wanted to get the most out of one strand, I would do it as earrings because the quality of the gemstones would make magnificent drop earrings.
That's why I've made these little
Which
tinies.
is why you've done that, and that just sums up to me.
It was a little bit fiddly, I have to say, but when I make these with strands of distinction, I start at £20.
Wow.
And depending on how many more stones go on,
yes,
It's either 30 or 40.
But that's because it's a strand of distinction.
Correct. And people love tiny earrings like that. So
because
neat.
they're so wearable.
They're so wearable.
And then, of course, you sit them with sterling silver, which we've done, of course, within our kits today. So if you've got any of our kits today, you've got your sterling silver shepherd hooks. And you just add that detail. And I genuinely say to you, for me, this is something that you've got to make sure that you don't price yourself within what we've charged for the strand, because I think that underestimates the quality of the strand. In some ways, for me, when we do strands of distinction, they should be 20 or 30 pounds, because that's when people go, oh yes, it's a strand of distinction because of the price point. You know, just like when you walk into a boutique fashion shop, you expect to look at the price label and go, oh, you expect it because it's quality. Because your mind has been placed into that because it's a designer.
Correct.
And it's the same principle of the strands of distinction. Your mindset should be that strands should be 30 plus pounds. And actually, it's not, but you are still getting that quality. You're getting that beautiful distinction of quality. £12.95. Now then, that is limited stock. That is limited stock. What is also limited stock, but still available, is the lemon quartz. And I'm just gonna highlight this. It's so fresh, it's so sophisticated, it's delicate, and yet it's beautiful. And again, the same principle. You would set these into a beautiful neckline piece or bracelet or earrings, and you've got to appreciate the simple facts that this is not a strand you'd normally look at £9.95. This is not a strand that, in terms of quality and in terms of beauty, you shouldn't be referring to a £9.95 price tag at all. It's available while stocks last. It's available at £9.95. This was a special offer that we got. We actually got a great deal on this, and we're passing on that great deal to you. I can't guarantee that once this is out of stock that we will be able to do this price tag again. £9.95. Less than £10 is all you pay. Congratulations if you got that absolutely magnificent quality. It really is as breathtaking.
Yes, and again, the camera's not quite picking up the sparkle.
Never does, but that's why we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. That 30 days really does make the difference. Now, don't forget, it's one portion of packaging for the whole day. So that P&P, if you've already bought from us today, maybe you've got the pearls, you've got these strands of distinct, one of our amazing kits with those price slashes. Paula just coming in there, Paula the boss just going, oh, we'll slash that price as well. If you've enjoyed us today in terms of you've already bought from us, the good news is you've got the late show starting at 5 o'clock, and that'll give you some more offers. I know they've got some great miss it, miss out offers coming your way, and that's from 5 till 9 this evening. We go on repeat for the rest of the time, myself and Bea, so if you've missed anything of today, maybe you wanted to do some more of the crocheting that Bea showed you. Anybody who's been watching, we haven't got through all of the Wall of Fames, unfortunately. We'll do all of the ones that we didn't do today, of which there's 4. We'll do them tomorrow to make sure that we've done that. So thank you very much for your company. Make sure you stay on the lines if you've just got that lemon quartz. We're processing your call as fast as we can. And a big thank you to Bea. Always a big thank you. It is a privilege to have your company, always. To see you. Thank you very much for your company. We'll be back with you. Don't forget, Retro Show on Friday. Lots of fun to be had. Take care. Bye.
You can watch Jewellery Maker live every day from 9 till 1 on Sky 655, Virgin 756 or FreeSat 807. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, Coloured Rocks Limited, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B98 9HF. Good luck and happy jewellery making!
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
When you place your first order with us,